All right, well, as the chief lowest wisdom and silliest member of this group, I will step up to Vecna the skeleton. And I will ask more directly, why are we here?
Stands up, beginning to slightly tower over, looks down, and you see, almost from nowhere, originating from its reigning hand, a black gauntlet begin to form, black armor beginning to appear over this creature, a huge black helmet beginning, green eyes piercing through. The sword summons into its hand, transforming from a sword to a long mace with a fist at the end, and reverberating through the room. To serve. And you can all roll initiative.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. We're D&D Boyband, a group of friends that all like to play D&D Pretty Boys, because apparently it's not fantasy and it's everybody's heart. Despite the black squares, we do have everybody back today, which is good, as there were some events last session that we should absolutely talk about and catch everyone up on. If you haven't seen it, there are some shorts that convey perhaps the calamity of some of those occurrences. But before we begin, first of all, let me introduce Ben as Mercy.
Fear is the mind killer.
Sai as Quan.
Hello.
Clued as Casimir.
My knife chipping and shattering was merely a setback. Combo,
Lucas
what?
Arbus. Wow.
Hey, and hello, and hi.
I feel like I need a catchphrase. Esky is pod.
I was like spending all this time thinking of one, and I still don't have it. Like, that's the best I've got is hello.
Gotta catch them all.
Nearly a setback is now mine.
That was-
I've finally
Even that
found
was
one.
though, like, I just had absolute
Nearly.
decision paralysis. Like, I didn't know what to go for. Like, there was just too many at once.
What's your favorite game? And why is it WoW Classic?
I prefer not to talk.
You have summoned me too soon, DM. I don't know where you're going. Anyway, before we begin, are there any announcements?
Oh, that's a me question.
It is a you question.
No.
No, I
No?
don't think there's any major announcements other than welcome back. So, to recap last session, I think it's important to remember where we ended. The session before that, you had attended Elara's coronation, which went off pretty well. You met Fazul's brother. You saw the Archons. You had some interactions with Lady Montague, who left with Mercy in disguise as Amaranthia. And the ending of the session was Casimir approaching Abaddon and asking what they knew of, humbly asking what they knew of Vecna before rolling a nat 1. The consequences of this are severalfold. First of all, Casimir was unable to save against the detect thoughts cast at uppercast, the higher level, and mind was dissected and operated on by Vecna, by Abaddon. That's not a Freudian slip. Learning most of the backstory of our dear necromancer.
Wait, what if that wasn't a Freudian slip? What if Abaddon is Vecna?
Stop it with the crackpot. Thank you, Biggie. You then were commanded with some level of magical authority to go to Abaddon, which you did successfully counterspell. You did not successfully counterspell the follow-up, which told you that should you see the figure clad in iron, you should run from them.
He's
You
my
are
best
aware that
friend.
that's done. And then finally, you did not save against the modifier memory that has completely erased your memory of the tomb, what happened, Vecna, Bane the Lord of Order, and any of that. To the extent that other people telling you about this, it happens, you hear it, but it's as if water is running down a window and it does not stick, and you cannot remember, at least for now. You obviously reconvened with the party to talk about what that meant after Amaranthia had gathered most of the evidence from Lady Caria Montague about Casimir and what that meant. Sorry, all the evidence, including a stack of papers, interviews, reports, likenesses of Casimir's crimes in Sacramar for returning to the party. Pod, obviously, chatting away with his, having some, I will say, family issues to sort out, which haven't fully been addressed, do need to be addressed within this. Arvis committing crime, which we have yet to get to, I know.
Just a little bit of crime.
Just a little bit of crime. And
He's been
Elara
typecast.
speaking. Well, no, that was what you wanted to do last session that we haven't actually rolled out yet.
Oh, yeah, that was me.
It was me, I
I'm not
swear.
typecasting anybody. And Elara had sought Juan's advice. So that is how the group split. The three of you engaged in conversation about what this meant, what had happened, what to do. Noticed that you were being intently watched by a tall elven figure that Pod didn't recognize, but Mercy certainly did as Yasivu. You went into a different room. This followed. Casimir sat down with Fazul for a chat before Fazul left, imparting, obviously much of what had happened between Thezerin and Fazul, and also about what Fazul's plans were to go on and go to the Sunken Isles as Green commanded. As the Green Shard seems to have commanded. Jorin, Initiate Jorin, at this point bumped into Mercy in a very awkward interaction before letting Mercy know that there were still some who supported the decision made by the council, but more important that they were not to be harmed, but the Jasivu had decided against it, and that there were assassins coming after you. You all quickly ran to the home of Lord Caleb, home to the Caleb household to change. It is at that point you realize that Quan and Arvis, who you had collected during this time, were actually shape changers of Mercy's orders and fought you. You then returned. You then got your armor, equipped yourselves, returned to the coronation tent as a huge flare went off from the top, which you then realized was the Archons being summoned back. There was a brief communion between them. Abaddon was not present for this. They seem to have disappeared before Thezerin stood up to announce to everybody else that everything was fine and that everybody should just go about their day. However, two of the Archons engaged in conversation, overheard by Mercy, mentioned that Abaddon has ended their self-imposed exile and has set forth on conquest, or seemingly has done as such. Potentially as a result of your conversation, or some other occurrence has happened. You have all reconvened, you have found Arvis, and you have found Quan, who are back. Lady Caria Montague is to present the evidence to Elara tomorrow that Casimir is a criminal and should be arrested and allowed to return with her to Sacramar. But more pressingly for you at this moment, there are a couple of avenues ahead of you. I will say your major concerns are the fact that a Weaver's order is currently attempting to assassinate at least one of you. Mercy, this is a interesting turnaround for you. Quan is still leaking soul energy. The issue of the shield, the fact that Pod's brother is inside of it, has not yet been resolved. The invasion of the invasion was mainly focusing on Geb and Asmodeus's Archons, as these will bear the brunt of it. But it is the Ironclad Alliance who will be first and foremost in line to defend Abaddon, an area that Bran has returned to, and where you believe Quan is from. You have an invitation from the Archon Noctival of the Raven Queen to go to Alaratha, the City of the Dead, and participate in a ritual to help Quan. So you have choices ahead of you, certainly. However, the more immediate thing is safety from the assassins, as well as a young Montague who seems intent on a meeting with Casimir that has not yet been occurred to happen. D&D Boyband. Thezrin has just announced that to the group, and Mercy has let you know what has actually happened. You are surrounded by a throng of people who are intently staring forward at the Archons. It is not an unsafe place. The Weavers would not act here, but I would be cautious about where you choose to go next. D&D Boyband, Destiny's Boys, what are you going to do?
Still workshopping that one.
Can we just get that in bullet points? Is that all right?
That was a
What
viber.
Yo.
So much
Okay.
happened in last session, Luke.
So I will be very clear. Like the ending is what's important. Abaddon has decided to sally forth and invade the rest of Lukai. That puts the Ironclad Alliance at risk, which is where Quan is from, you believe, and Bran has gone there. Pod is from nearby as well, although a bit further away, and is currently wrestling with the fact that his dead brother is in his shield and commenting on his actions, and also saying that he needs to go back and help the village. Casimir is a wanted criminal, and the prosecutor is going to make the case to Elara tomorrow. Mercy is wanted dead by his order. Arvis, your personal relationship with Abaddon's empire that has not yet been revealed is up to you how you react to this information.
Ours is what?
What?
That sounds completely normal.
Okay.
I
Okay.
have no comment.
Okay.
You're
Well,
Well,
that
I
was
didn't.
a recap comment, just casually. All right.
I did. Yeah. All right. Fine. Well, I guess I didn't hear that.
That's very much a. Would you like to drop this crucial backstory information?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, and sorry, and Quan is currently still
A nuclear bomb.
pulsing soul magic that needs to be dealt with.
Yeah.
Hey,
It
that
is
was
the-
yesterday's problem. We have
It's
new
the
problems.
Am I
to deal with.
here?
You're here for all of this. You are now
No, you
here and
exploded.
present as you all are. You are back. Oh, and also shape-shifting assassins attempted to kill 3 of you
Jimmy.
disguised as the other 2.
Last session, did we not leave it off that the head of Dominus wanted to talk to us? They-
Yes, you did.
So we are
So-
all
yeah,
I
here
do
in
sorry.
remember
this.
that. I didn't.
Yeah, we are all here in this room, and this person approached us saying we want to talk. And this person, right? Just remind me. Just the head of Dominus, Sovereign, what's their face? Arbiter? I don't know. Anyway,
Sovereign Arbiter is in the title. I will quickly remind myself because I need my notes for the number of NPCs currently around.
Sovereign Arbiter, long name, was
Yeah.
seen by us hanging out with Lady Montague, right? And maybe Pod or Mercy.
Sovereign Arbiter by Sander Valtorin. Sorry.
Yeah, so a Pod or Mercy, I can't remember which of you it was. You heard or lip read the Sovereign Arbiter blah blah blah, blah say something really suspect about the Shard of Unification. Could you explain
only
to
to
us
her.
what that is? What is the Shard of
It was
Unification?
Mercy that.
Mercy overheard this. The Shard of Unification is a huge structure of unknown material and origin in the very center of Dominus. It is what the city is built around. Think Minas Tirith, but it's the mountain. It's huge, and it's practically unbreakable. Nothing that has ever been done to this has caused it to chip or shatter or have any scratch on it at all.
Grant.
It is considered to be in the very center of Lukai.
Okay. So this sussy person saying something about a massive world landmark, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And we're all here.
Shall I
right?
read? The Shard of Unification speaks to me. I alone understand it. You would do well to remember that, as of the Praetor.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck this. Do we all know that? Has that been told to the party, or was that
I
something?
believe
that Ben knew?
yeah. So you know that she was walking with Lady Karia from the Weavers Guild, and Lady Karia was commenting how she doesn't like or trust the Weavers, and she was basically being slapped down by the Sovereign Arbiter saying, "I'm in charge here. You and the Praetor should remember that."
Right.
And she's
But she's
approached.
mega sus.
You guys can feel about her however you want, but she's approached you in this crowd and said, "I think I would like to speak with you."
Can I rewind 5 couple of minutes?
Absolutely. Rewrite, like, given that people
Yeah.
weren't here, that's
Because
what's
like
happening.
immediately before that, I think we'd also kind of like doppelganger checked Quan and Arvis as well, and Did they answer that or not?
They answered correctly, yes.
They
I
answered correctly? Okay, cool. In which case, carry on. She approaches.
Yeah, it's just sensible. There are bodyguards behind her. They're not threatening, but you come over and hello, one and all. I think we should talk.
Goodness, whatever would cause the sovereign arbiter to speak to us?
I'm simply looking for a competent group to hire for an expedition. Are you interested, or are you done with its contracts?
I think we would be interested in hearing your request, perhaps.
Pod kind of retreats at the utterance of the word contract.
Mercy steps forward and just whispers into Casimir's ear. Be cautious, Casimir. It may not be who you think, remember.
Yeah. He kind of gives you a slight nod as to, I know. So, is this something we discuss here, or would you like to take us elsewhere?
Oh, most certainly not. I believe this needs to be matched with a level of subtlety that I hope you can grant. I'm I'm in a villa, a little bit out of town. I can give you directions. I'd appreciate you at some point this evening dropping in. I'm leaving soon.
At some point this evening, perhaps. We have several urgent matters to attend to. We'll send word if we intend to come, perhaps. Apologies, we can't be more certain. There are, like I said, a few things on our plate at the moment.
I'm certain you're very much in demand given your success. Elara speaks highly of all of you. But rest assured, I will make it worth your while in whatever you value most.
All right.
I understand you go by Destiny's Boys, but you're still workshopping that.
Casimir looks quite pained. We are indeed still workshopping that one. Yes.
Well, luckily, marketing is not what I need your assistance with.
Might you give us a vague pointer, just so we know where to put this one on our list? I don't want to belittle you or be patronizing. We have to think quite seriously about our next steps, and some context as to vague direction, location, scale of the endeavor would help us immensely.
Certainly. I have the armies of the Central Plain and of Dominus at my command. Many special forces. However, for this, I would require your skills you've demonstrated at subterfuge and infiltration. I have suspicions about one of the great powers of this world, and I would like those suspicions to be confirmed one way or the other.
Suspicions about a great power, heavens.
Insight check.
And it needs to not be, if you were to fail, brought back to me in any way. You can make an insight roll. You're far enough away that it won't be brought back, that it cannot be traced back to me.
Okay. The first insight check is whether she's a changeling, which I got a 12.
Yeah, go for it.
And the next one is a natural 20 for a 27 as to whether her true intention for sending us, i.e. she's not like sending us into a trap to be murdered or using us for some ulterior motive.
I will say that you, with your abilities and skills, and now you're on alert for it, are looking for signs of changing. This is not a changeling. This is however you choose, you as a changeling who would be able to interpret that. Do you wish to interpret that? Your second one with a nat 20. There is nothing like that here. You perhaps would look at some contextual clues. She didn't know that you saw her. She didn't know that you said a thing. This is for your perception the first time you're meeting. There is nothing in her so far that has given you indication that she wants to hire you for something. That something may be nefarious, but she's not come to you because she has opinions about each of you that has led her to want to have this conversation rather than something else.
Great, thank you.
Okay. So it feels like just somebody wants to ask our help for something, potentially. Okay.
So I
You've
wonder whether
demonstrated some worth, and there are
Yeah.
many people of power here, and this is one who has approached you for something that they want.
Okay.
I think Mercy would maybe like trying to think how they would communicate this in a subtle gesture, but maybe just like a nudge to Casimir, like a kind of nudge forward almost, or like a subtle hand sign perhaps. Could I do that to kind of like communicate some level of verification of this being kosher?
I will say you're capable of doing that given how long you will travel together. Yes.
Okay. So Atropos kind of gives a vague scratch or like a wave or something.
Very well, it does sound interesting. Thank you, Arbiter. I think we shall endeavour to see you this evening. If not this evening, if we are waylaid by pressing matters, how might else we get in contact with you?
I'm at pain to give you some kind of seal, not knowing you well. If I unfortunately will need to leave by midday tomorrow. If you are not capable there of meeting me by that point, there are various members of my retinue who will stay behind, and I'm sure one of them will be able to assist you.
Perfect, thank
And
you.
just kind of hands over a map of like the nearby area and marked where she is staying.
We'll endeavour to make it happen. Thank you ever so much for your interest.
Congratulations. This is as much a celebration of your achievements as it is Elara's. I wish her the best.
As do we all. But with the...
Insight check.
My NPCs, right, I might be suspicious. I might say everything in the same tone that is sussy as fuck. Some of them are genuine.
There's not this woman hanging out with Lady Montague chatting about the Praetor. I don't know, that's suspect. That's
true.
sussy.
Roll your insight check.
13.
I mean, she harbors no ill will, but it's a bit irrelevant to her.
Cool. Okay.
And I guess concludes the conversation with a... And of course we all have every faith in our Elara. Glad to see it replicated in you. Have a good evening.
Good evening. She looks up and kind of looks at the Archons for a second and steps away.
Does it look like she knows? Oh wait, no, because the Archons haven't announced it. We only know what's happened because there was lip reading going on.
Yeah, doesn't mean she doesn't know. You
Yeah,
could
but she
roll
might
an
know.
insight check.
Do you know what? I will. I will.
Can I be a real pain and roll one last insight check to look at a
Yes, of
different
course.
thing?
Ben.
7.
No, you don't know.
I would like to know from how, if I've seen it all, how she looks, whether she thinks she could take any of the other Archons. Power level. How does she
Sure.
look at them? Does she look at them with fear, with greed, with, equal kind of thing?
Lust?
Lust, maybe? Okay, I got a good roll for that one. 23.
particularly asking about the lust.
I don't care about the lust point. I want to know if she thinks she could, her power
He
level
is
compared to the Archons.
salivating.
No,
Looks
that's
at
me.
Abaddon and she bites her lip, like, very subtly, but
Abaddon's
you
not
know.
there.
No, that's me.
Looks at Thezrin. She looks. I will say that it is. There's a flash of like. I'll say with the 23, I'll give you this. She knows what's going on.
Okay.
There is a deep-seated hunger.
Ooh.
Deep-seated hunger.
Directed
Could you give me-
host.
There's a suddenly
Is it-
like ravenous expression. Like however you want to say that. There is a slight longing. There is a not in like a lust way, as in like
I have that effect on people.
I desire or want something from this group, from these people.
Okay.
And it's not just I would like it. It's an I need it, almost like an addict.
I need it
From the Archons.
from the Archons.
Yeah.
Is it? And you. This is my last question. Do I get a taller sense of she would like to be an Archon?
with a 23, it's deeper than that.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. She leaves. You are alone in a safe space, potentially. You can talk about what has happened. I will give you also some time, obviously, to recap about what's happened in the previous sessions,
Okay.
should you need it.
Okay, well, Casimir probably whips around and says, well, that's beside the point entirely. What? Should we... I don't know. Does Elara know? Does... Quan, that's where you're from, potentially. Where Bran's going.
Potentially.
I suppose it doesn't change the fact we have to sort you out, really, before we can do anything. As far as
I
I'm
agree.
concerned, fixing you, Quan, is our only priority, and everything else is sort of mildly irritating, war included.
We mustn't lose the Noctivale. Her offer to teleport us to the City of the Dead and assist us with remediating Quan's condition must be, for his own safety and for those around him, our top priority. Should we survive the forthcoming attacks, then we make our way to the City of the Dead.
Agreed. Well, speaking of forthcoming attacks, Mercy, how do you want to handle this? Do we fight it direct? Do we just avoid entirely? We could try not to be alone at any point, take the teleport to the City of the Dead, and circumvent the assassination attempt entirely, or we could just fight them. Will they stop coming if we try and run?
Mercy's not that smart. Natural 1. Okay. They will find us. Eventually. I think if it is the will of the council for my death, if they're to be persuaded, there is nowhere we can truly hide indefinitely. I believe that maybe an erroneous event, such as avoiding a death, may throw the determinative course into chaos. And speaking from experience, adapting is not always a weaver's best skill.
Right. So it's fight then.
If we can fight on terms advantageous to us, yes. But I think eventually we will be separated, alone. We can't always look over our shoulders.
No, but perhaps we can look alone, with some nearby allies.
Do you have any ideas for tactics?
Well, I mean, given we fought Razor together, I imagine Nalos, Fazul, you know, we've fought life or death battles together twice already. Fazul's had a lot of beer, actually, maybe not him, but Nalos is quite sensible. Elara might spare us some guards. We could be discreet about it, perhaps. Make it look like we're alone tonight, and...
I worry that others would only be more opportunities for disguise.
Ah, very fair. Well, look, if we can take down a bandit queen, given this is your order, and other assassins sent from your order have been even worse than you, I suppose I'm not too stressed, really.
I was fairly junior, I have to say. It's not martial prowess that you should be afraid of. It's the sight. When you face an opponent who knows what you will do, what you could do, and what you have done, even the weakest becomes infinitely more dangerous.
Very true. Warning well received.
So, we should... you should... Well, someone should be appointed our general, our leader. They should not tell anyone about the strategy or tactics. The other members should follow their directions to the letter. And that leader should make their decision about the tactics at the last possible moment. This will make the fight much harder.
Odd. You never have any idea what you're doing. That sounds like the perfect job for you.
I'm not sure whether to be offended by that comment, but at least I can be of use.
Good. Then, Pod, you shall be the general for the time.
That sounds like a very lofty title, but I'll try my best.
General Pod. I like it. Good. Well, so we have it. Let's expect
now
attack whenever we're alone.
I would say that just try and keep each other in eye line. Be suspicious of everyone. And, well, be ready for something unexpected.
Almost on cue, Bertie, there is a tug at your robes.
Yeah, okay, I look around.
Standing there, looking pensively up at the Archons, is Initiate Yorin.
This guy.
You cannot ignore him. That's what how hard you try.
Hello?
I hold out my hand.
Listen.
I hold out my hand.
Is it
Listen.
Google Mark II?
What did you do, sorry?
I hold out my hand. Is he going to pass me something?
No, he looks at your hand and then whispers, like, not to you, just out to the thing. If you have somewhere nearby, follow. It's safe. And then he begins to move and disappear kind of through the crowd.
I'm not an idiot, Jamie. 14?
On what?
Is it?
Insight.
Is this?
You don't know.
Yeah,
On 14.
insight.
Jaren warned us that this is coming.
High wisdom. I don't think I'd make this. I don't think I'd make a stupid decision. Maybe not alone. I'll say, Kwan, perhaps you would enjoy another drink with me.
Another drink?
Or a first drink. Or a... What do they call them? Small nibble.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not...
He's
Kwan, just come with me, please.
okay.
Okay. I guess we followed Jorin. But
All
not...
of you, or just Quan and you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You've walked through. Kind of
Not
following your
not
lead.
further, not like outside, just like...
Yeah. You're in gets to like the edge of a tent, opens it up, and like motions for you to follow outside.
Okay, I step through.
Okay. Both of you step through. You're sounding a little nervous and says, "Come, there's a cellar under this house," and he points to like a house nearby. That's where we're staying. And begins to walk off in the dark.
Sorry, Jorin. I have let this alcohol overcome me, and I'm feeling quite drunk. I must stay and be helped by Quan.
Joran looks at Quan.
Quan,
back at
hold
you.
me. I'm feeling quite hungover.
Yes, you do seem to be in a rather awful state. I think I should look after you.
I know you don't trust me. I understand why. There are factions within the Weavers that believe what has happened over the past 50 years is wrong. And we are fighting against Yasivu and her ilk. We are losing. We are trying. And you are the example of that. She has overstretched. She has no right to do this. This is not Sabras's plan. If you will not come with me, then I wish to present you our mission. And maybe you'll be successful.
Oh, thank you, Quan. I am actually feeling much better. I have had some time to sober in and no longer need your support, but I appreciate that. Thank you. Do you want to come with me for a stroll?
Well, I think I ought to.
Okay.
Lead on then, Jorin.
Yes, and you guys make your way through. Yorin is very alert, very keeping eyes out, very aware of what's going on behind you, and you can both make perception checks as you walk. Sorry, Arvis, you can make
Wait,
that
were
roll
you
again, by the way.
talking to
to get-
Joran, or were you talking... Was that like a dismissal of me? And then...
No.
Okay.
You can both make perception checks as you walk.
Myself, sorry.
And obviously, you get 2 attempts of what you were trying. So even though one was a success, you can try again.
So I get one more try at the thing I... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
The crime.
Creamy.
We call it
Ooh,
reacquisition.
that's looking good. I can't fail. I literally can't fail it, so that's sick. Yeah, okay, banging.
Okay.
That's 3 successes.
Okay, sure. Let me know what the rolls are. Okay. What's the perception roll, Quan? Did you roll one?
Yep, 1 second. Actually, more than 1 second, it's just logged me out.
And Mercy?
I got an 11, but my passive perception is 22.
Okay. It's pretty good.
Just before you ambush me with like 50 gold dragons.
That's a 10.
Okay. Neither of you see much. It's beginning to rain, descend upon the Stormlands, and as you make your way through, Yorin is kind of guiding you. You do see a couple of figures off in the distance to put you on edge, but instead, as you are ushered down into this cellar underneath a relatively nice townhouse nearby, it's very well lit down here. The first thing you notice, and you look around, and there are several other hooded figures kind of walking around. There's a couple of looms that are being worked, and they each one by one turn, and one kind of stands up and begins coming over to you and says, "Yorin, thank you. Please sit." And you look through, and this is all of the people here are in their changeling form. It's very similar to Mercy. There are slightly different heights or whatever, but it's very pale skin, eyes. Like there's very little to tell between them, other than their robes. Mercy, you see that this is compared to normal, a very intricately patterned and dyed cloak, indicating this person is a master dyer, one of the ones responsible for training and recruiting new initiates into the Weavers. What's Mercy? I forgot what's Mercy's actual title within the Weavers. What's your rank? Did we decide?
Top
Yeah.
perv.
Real
Private.
sick.
Yeah. What is my rank?
Colonel Mercy.
Knight
I'm
Lieutenant.
I'm a seer.
Sia, okay. Sia, Mercy, I am glad Joran was able to rescue you before Yasavu was able to make her perversions reality. Thank you.
Oracle. Can attest
And-
this is unorthodox.
Yes. I understand what happened today. I saw your... This isn't a member of the council, by the way. Slightly lower down. I know you have been expelled and you must be going through a lot. I would ask you how you are, but I suspect that's not a question you've ever had to fully contemplate before.
Rude. Mercy just says, kind of nods. Yeah. Gulps and nods.
I don't want to impose any more upon your mental state. Know that whilst you are not, and I do agree, part of this order, your fate, such that it now exists, is clearly part of Savas's plan, and therefore, if Yasavu has decided to end it, oddly for our order, we believe it is there to protect it, so that you should consider us and those around you as allies, and we will keep you safe as needed. We are the Order of the Shell. And whilst we do not think we should share... Whilst we do not think we should share our mission with you now, I hope in time you come to appreciate and will assist us in our search.
The Shell DM, like SHELL?
SHEL, yeah.
Well, Master, we are at the will of Savras's design, wishing only to see it fulfilled, and Jorin said something about a faction, and that Master Oracle Manda no longer holds the ear of the council. How could we assist with this?
I'm going to need a persuasion check.
I could always roll high. 13.
When were you inducted? Do you remember the date of your service? About 50 years ago.
50. What year is it?
I think it's... Let me remind myself. I think it's 2000... It's on your sheet. I should have asked. I should have looked this up before asking. 3,450. So 3,400.
I believe it was around 3,400.
After. We believe that the path has never been clear since Lilith's ascension. Savras has punished and abandoned our hubris, and that every decision since then has only reaffirmed his judgment. that we must re-establish the path. We are searching for the old master in the hope that he can guide us back long lost glory. And what Savras wants, what Lukai needs, and what is right.
Well, Master, this is a worthy cause for esteemed as you to embark on, but I
understand that, but
mortals.
2 or 3 days ago, such words to you would have been blasphemy, treason, and you would have attacked me for merely uttering them. I don't expect you to turn so quickly, but you have seen, you understand. Yasuvu makes decisions based on what her fears. She's not an impartial arbiter and courier of Savrius' will. She has allowed emotion to cloud her judgment. Her hubris blinds her. And that is why she is after you. You will need time, I understand that, and time to see that we are true in our beliefs and convictions.
It is not just our life, Master, but the mortals who I have shared company with. This man
Looks at Quan.
is important. I beg you, if you have some power to avert the Oracle's bloodlust, use it.
Yasuvu acts not within the bounds of the order. Her and her following act independently. We can merely distract them and offer you safe haven for now. Her mission is not one sanctioned, and therefore it is not one that can be stopped by official means. The others don't know she's here.
Then I'm sure we will gladly welcome any sanctuary that you can give us.
Nonsense, as you and those mortals you travel with, Quan, are welcome here. We have shielded it from Yasuvu's view.
Then, with your permission, I will gather the others, my friends.
Certainly. Join. Escort them. Ensure you are not followed. And if you are, ensure they are lost. Join. Nods. Okay. We can slightly shortcut this. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to say, you can go to the safe haven. Or what would have been happening back in the coronation?
I wanted to ask, how busy do the Archons look at the moment?
Some are sitting in their chair, but they almost look to be eyes far away, as if they're communicating with someone or something. Some have got up to talk. I will say they are fairly self-contained at the moment. Is there one you wish to speak to?
I reckon I'd have the best shot at talking to Thezerin, I reckon. He seemed nice, right? Like approachable when we spoke to him, right?
Yeah.
If he's available, I would. If he
Like,
looks
he's very,
like a conversation could be had, I would probably try.
He, after announcing to everybody, he kind of turned back, chatted to the others, but you absolutely could attempt to grab him and he'd probably listen, yeah.
I think it would probably be a fairly sort of casual attempt. And say, I don't suppose you have a quick minute?
Casimir, wasn't it?
Oh, goodness.
Yes, of course.
You even remember my name. Yes. Can I
How can I be of service?
insight check? Does he seem at all
Yeah,
rattled
go.
by the fact that he just found out that Abaddon's declaring war on the world, or is he chilling?
Make an insight check.
15.
No.
He's chilling.
Yeah, there's a reason he was chosen to announce it.
Right. Okay. Is anyone listening in on this conversation, or does it seem like I could kind of?
His
quite-
voice booms. You don't think he's capable of whispering.
Thezerin, I'm going to ask a slightly risky question on the understanding you're my friend's brother, and I hope you'll not get me in trouble for this. Did Abaddon say why? And obviously the implicit understanding is that he knows exactly what's going on.
Looks down at you. Make a persuasion roll.
Ooh!
Can I grant guidance?
Yeah.
Does that
Is
help?
pod close enough? Okay.
I'm probably
it's
following
not,
you
not
around,
bad
why
as
not?
it is. It's not bad as it is. My persuasion's okay. Okay.
All good.
With the guidance, we're a 19.
19. He smiles. Bad news travels fast, I presume. No. And frankly, the ravings of a lunatic are just that.
I want to insight check, but I have a -1, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Do it.
I'll do an insight check.
I rolled a 3, but if Pod's with me, then maybe Pod would be...
Pod rolled a 26.
Ooh.
26.
He's very curious.
What are you curious about, and what is Casimir curious about?
I mean, when he says the ravings of a lunatic, I mean, like, does he truly believe that? Like,
Yeah, but the 26, and what did Casimir get, and what are you trying to learn?
I got a 3.
No, you don't know shit. You're overcome by him. You're like, yeah, he is mad.
he's so
He considers it the ravings of a lunatic, but there's more than that. Like the fact that the lunatic was raving, Pod, you're like, oh, he said something. He just like Therazin just doesn't believe it. Or doesn't like talk about it.
So he considers
So-
Abaddon just like a crazy.
He considers
hermit or
Abaddon a
something.
lunatic, but like
Cool.
Abaddon said something. A lunatic has to rave for him to be raving.
Okay. So he does, so basically he believes what he said. He just doesn't think it's a threat.
And
Yeah,
Thezerin was
pretty
trying to
much.
imply
Oh, no.
that... Thezerin was trying to imply that Abaddon didn't really say anything at all. He didn't give or they didn't give a reason for their war.
Or like,
Yeah.
or it's more that the reason was illogical. You can interpret that a few
Mhm.
ways, but like Abaddon gave a reason. It's just Thezerin didn't really give a shit because he thinks he's mad.
Oh, I see.
You just muted
Sorry,
yourself.
I just muted myself as I was trying to speak for some reason. He would kind of turn to him and he go, "Mad? What kind of mad reason did he give?"
Oh, you know, the normal sort. End of the world, had to do it. Only they can save us. I mean, if you've seen them.
Well, they are quite impressive.
Save us.
End of the
From what?
world. Yes, that does sound quite serious. I'd be curious, even if a madman's ravings of the like.
But they're the only ones who do rave about the end of the world. You don't ask every madman in the street, do you?
No,
Yeah,
but...
of course not, but not every.
Has anybody
man is an
sensible
archon.
ever preached to you the end of the world is nigh,
Well,
and that
not-
only they, in their sack, can help save us?
Well, Abaddon wears a little more than a sack, don't they? Not every
No,
madman
but I was
is
talking
a...
about the street crier.
Oh, sure, but not every madman is a 8 to 9 foot tall immortal cryptid ruling a preserve, so I suppose this
And
is what I'm
not-
inclined to listen to.
Every madman has lived for over 4,000 years as the avatar to the god of the abyss. What must that do to a mind? Can you imagine trying to interpret them?
I don't...
What thoughts they must have? Those patterns. Solitude.
kind of posits up to that. He
thousands
goes,
of years.
"Hmm.
Are you
So it's definitely not
suggesting-
the abyss that's trying to invade the world, because otherwise he probably wouldn't care, right? So an enemy of the abyss. Isn't that like
Are you-
just like everyone? Aren't we all
Rest
enemies of the
assured,
abyss?
we take the threat that they pose Seriously. Their self-justified reasoning. Irrelevant.
I suppose I'm only curious, having had a recent and similarly insane, or quite right, absolutely bonkers passing interaction with Abaddon myself at this function. I was merely curious, but no, if the reason given was similarly loony, then I suppose it is what it is.
Allow me. If Abaddon is the only one who can save us from the end of the world, I'll take my chances with the end of the world.
Pod kind of like laughs along, but like the kind of way you would laugh along to anyone that was much, much bigger than you and could crush your face with a single punch.
He understands and slaps Pod on the back.
He's like, yeah, that's true. Yeah. But like, did he say why the world was going to end? Like, I'm just curious.
Oh,
I always
well,
find mad people so curious.
Seek them out.
I'd rather
No.
not personally seek out Abaddon, you know? Like, I feel like
I
that's
tried that
understandable.
one. I tried that one earlier. Really wouldn't recommend it, actually.
Arvis interrupts. He goes, I would seek him out. I would do that.
Somehow that doesn't really surprise me. actually.
Laughs as though...
Why are you laughing for, mate? Why are you laughing,
He
mate?
just laughs as though
I'm
I was just
laughing.
told an amazing joke. We sort of tried that one earlier, Arvis. You saw how that one went for me.
We're not trying hard enough, and he's giving it the full-on, 1,000-yard stare. You're not trying hard enough, mate.
Great.
You say, you take your chances. That's the end of the world, mate. This bloke is the end of the world. I've seen it, mate.
Exactly. He understands. This entity, this thing. I can't imagine a bigger problem.
It kind of looks a bit confused. Bigger problem than what entity?
Then Abaddon, right? That was the implication.
Yeah, then Abaddon.
So, wait, hold on. Did I hear this correctly? So, he's implying that Abaddon is a threat?
He
I thought
can't
the
imagine
biggest
a bigger problem than Abaddon. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool.
Well, like,
Dude, wouldn't you just kind of think that, like, you know, it's important to know his reasoning, like, even if it is mad, you know? Not that you were talking down from it, but, like, maybe you can, like, be a step ahead of him, you know? Like, if he was seeking an artifact or trying to kill someone.
Have you ever seen a madman shit in the street?
A few times, actually.
many
yes.
times, yes.
Did you ask them why? Of course you didn't.
No, I don't
Of
recall
course.
asking
We do
Because
not
it was
listen to
a-
the ravings of lunatics.
And it was a
We put them
basic
down.
bodily function.
We're not compelled them to do it there. And why? You mustn't, like, these thoughts are beyond you. And that's not, like, not beyond you. That's not meant to be demeaning. They're beyond anyone other than them themselves. I don't waste my time wondering why. Simply what we will do and react. And Lukai will react, and we will defend ourselves.
I shan't
I have the
insult
utmost
you.
faith in the Ironclad Alliance.
I shan't insult
Well,
you
with
with the
you in
question
charge,
of whether
I've-
we'll win. Yes. Precisely.
With you in charge, I feel a lot safer.
Well, I'm not in charge. But,
I mean, you know,
thank you.
being important and all that. In charge of your, like, little bit. But it's quite big.
It's not
but, you
very
know,
little at
the
all.
slice.
Flameblade Syndicate.
It's a very large slice. It's very mighty, large slice. But, you know, you get what I
Flattered,
mean.
I'm sure. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Thesra, and I'm sure you have much to be getting on with.
It's a pleasure, and do look after Fazul.
That is a task,
He needs it.
and it's an impossible task, I'm afraid. You don't have any
Yes.
sway over him, do you at all? If you told him not to do something, he would probably only double down on the effort to do it, wouldn't he?
I'd say that explains most of our childhood, yes.
All right. I shall do my best. Please don't hold me to that as an official charge.
I know what he can be like. I understand. Just let me know if he's ever in any real danger, if you can.
Ooh, I mean, ooh, This is cleared. This is cleared. I feel like on the one hand, Casimir truly believes that letting Vizul go to the Sunken Isles is probably really bad for his safety as a person, knowing that the Green Shard is behind this one, and it is almost certainly not a positive force. On the other hand, Casimir's kind of bought into Green Shard propaganda. So it's like safety a friend versus...
You don't need to answer now.
Yeah, I know. I think he probably swallows his tongue on this one. If I've learnt anything these last few months, it's that your brother, when he sets his mind to something, can accomplish it. I have every faith in his successful expedition and his continued safety.
Steel does run in the family. You should meet our mother.
I hope I will one day, actually.
Wonderful. Come round for dinner.
If that's an open invitation, I shall certainly take one of you up on it at some point.
Certainly. Bring the rest of you. It would be lovely to meet Fazul's friends.
I'm sure they would be excited for it. Speaking of the rest of us...
I'd say at this point probably Mercy and Quan are rejoining.
Yeah, I think we're probably looking around for hang on. Did they get assassinated?
Yeah.
Well, a good evening and enjoy your preparations. He kind of drops his voice on the war.
I look forward to it. Tournament's not for another 6 months. I could use some practice.
Oh boy. Alright. Yeah, we head over to Quan and Mercy, I suppose.
Cool. I guess we find the group and kind of relay the conversation. Something like a slight development. It seems we have a place to rest tonight and somewhere where I'm willing to stake our lives on not being murdered.
Hang on, what was the name of the priestess at Geb's temple in Reedham?
Sarah.
Was it really Sarah?
It was Sarah.
I think we really simplified it because it was really
bullied
complicated.
The DM.
Yeah,
No, he just gave
yeah,
us Sarah.
She's a hot
There's nothing
tiefling.
wrong. There's nothing wrong with normal names in a fantasy setting.
The hot tiefling
As
Sarah.
long as I don't gotta start calling people like Luke or James or Jamie.
What, you think those are somehow...
Can we like at least put a couple of like apostrophes in there somewhere?
If I
like,
no, as in like
yeah.
if I start inserting, if I'm like, this guy's called Jamie and he's awesome at everything and he kills all your characters unless you piss him off.
If you spell
Hey, Mary
it...
Sue inserts are great. I don't know what you're talking about.
If you spell it JAY''MEE, it's fine.
Just because if I wrote a fantasy series, my main character would not be called Paul. Just throwing it out.
Wow, that's a
It was
very
the
specific
60s. It was a
comment.
different time. All right, you would have done the same.
It's just a bit incongruous, Jamie, because like you've come up with characters, you know, like Archon Redona the Life Weaver, you know,
To clarify, that's a title.
Aetheros.
That's like calling yourself that's like calling the High Court judge the Master of Roles, but his name's, Frank Levison or whatever it actually is.
Alex Shadowstride, Nalos Talwyn, and then it's just like where are the Daves? If there are Sarahs, where are the Daves?
These don't make good stories.
They're shitting in the street.
Yeah, they're shitting in the street. It's
David's
Madman Dave.
Fine. Whatever.
Dave is Abaddon's middle name. Abaddon
quibble
Dave
there.
the Despoiler. That's what they called him.
about Sarah. The priestess.
We never wondered
was-
why he was despoiling or what he was despoiling, but we're beginning to understand.
Why am I called Dave?
This spoiled my fucking dinner.
Yes, continue, Mercy. Thank you.
The priestess is called Sarah, I believe. A tiefling woman of amethyst skin.
All right, yes. You're not an assassin. Well, you are, but not one of the assassins. Somewhere safe, you say?
Indeed. Perhaps I will. What's that phrase? Loop you in.
To what?
I think that's what people say, isn't it? It means communicate something.
Yes, it does. What would you communicate to me?
Well, I will communicate the exact details of
Ah,
why this place is safe and who it possibly belongs to, among less careful ears.
then by all means.
We'll say that as you guys proceed, we'll go through this, and given the time, we'll take a quick break. As you guys are able to have a place where you believe, at least for now, you are safe, where you can make the decision about where you wish to go, if you wish to risk venturing out, if you want to wait until the morning to travel with the Archon of the Raven Queen to the City of the Dead, deal with Quan, what your potential plans are to deal with the events of the day, which have been numerous, and we will deal with it then. We will have a 10-minute break, back at 10 to 9, if that's okay, Creed?
Don't ask me, you tell me. I make the timer.
You're just setting up the break, yeah. Otherwise, thank you, everybody. Catch you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, a very brief recap. You have spoken to Tesrin. You've got the idea that it's not a big deal that you know. This information is not going to be kept secret for long. Abaddon has indeed given a reason that they are the savior, that they are going to stop the end of the world. Tesrin doesn't believe it. You have also been approached by Nisha Yorin, who has taken you to the Order of the Shell, who has offered you sanctuary, and let you know that they believe what Yasser is doing is wrong. Mercy should be allowed to pursue their destiny because that is what Savras is willing. You have been given safe haven, perhaps, underneath in a cellar of a tanner's. You find yourselves taken there, and I will say for the purpose of this, that Yorin does manage to ward off or spot anybody attempting to follow you, loses them, and you reconvene, disturbingly for some of you, with a lot of people who look incredibly similar to Mercy, all variously working away in hoods, pairing serums, weapons. It's a transformed cellar into a bit of an Assassin's Guild underground.
This is like
But
Van
you are all
Helsing
here.
when they go to the armory.
Yeah, very much.
They're all
But
changelings.
you are all here, surrounded by changelings, and you do need to decide. I know there's a lot of talk in the break. Quan is perhaps the most pressing matter. You are intent to take up the offer from Archon Noctival and go to Alarafa. But if there is anything else you would like to do in the meantime, if there is any last conversations, talk about it, or anything you would like to know, or are you rushing because of the threat you are under and because of what may pertain to Quan's failure to deal with what is happening?
Well, so I, Clued, would probably want to at least hear what Sovereign Arbiter Lysander, what she wants us to do, and see if I can figure out what her angle is. Because if she's Praetor allied, then I want to know. If she's anti-Praetor, which she could be, then I definitely want to know. So I think Casimir would kind of submit the request that we at least talk to her. Yeah. Do we know when Noctivel was planning on teleporting us away?
In the morning.
Okay, cool.
I think Mercy wouldn't say anything in particular, but one way or the other about seeing her. But he would just say, "Sorry, they. If we were to go to the meeting, it would be a risk. Probably best that everyone goes together, and the meeting be as short as possible."
Fully agreed, yes. I might suggest we do it in the morning rather than tonight. More people will be up and about.
shadows offer comfort and camouflage to
For
those.
assassins as much as us.
Indeed.
Alright, I think that's a morning conversation, personally. And perhaps they'll grow disinterested and think we've disappeared in the night.
Indeed. This
Most of
place.
us can disguise ourselves to some degree, no? You obviously can. Pod and I can do it magically. Arvis oft pretends to be a tabaxi or an old man, and Quan, we can put you in a sack, perhaps. But I suspect we could probably move about fairly undetected.
Well, knowing that a person or a mortal will be in a certain place at a certain time does give a weaver a certain advantage. But I am assured that this place is warded against such sight, which
Then-
may indeed.
Well, like you said earlier, we could, tomorrow morning, periodically flip a coin that decides whether or not we go at that moment, leave it as late as possible, give them as small an opportunity to divine our location.
Indeed. To that end, perhaps our plan should be decided by Pod.
General Pod.
This is quite a lot of pressure, actually, guys.
Just every hour, roll some dice, and when they give you a certain result, we'll just do something.
Pod. The village pod. Tell them we should go. They need our help. You're in charge. They told you.
Was it? I don't think now is the time. That's a
you
lot
No,
of
it is.
voices. No
Of course
There's never
now's
been a
the
greater
time.
time. General Pod.
Pod, who are you
don't like
talking
the sound
to?
of that.
Of course now is the time. When
Nobody.
else
It's
would there
fine.
be a
I'm just
time?
talking to myself, thinking about what I
No,
can
it's
do
me.
is
You
really
can tell them.
cool.
They put you in charge.
So, as any great general does, he immediately gets as much information. So, like, if it was surmised to like 3 choices, what would you think that they would be? You know,
The village, Kareen, and the village.
No, Pod, all you're doing is deciding when we go speak to the Sovereign Arbiter. We're just randomising it.
After the village.
you know what? We'll go and like I don't know, like and he's just kind of like clearly getting bombarded by thoughts in the back of his head, almost like
No,
he's being
don't
constantly
decide.
distracted.
Look, might have a 20-sided dice, and you pick an arbitrary number.
Yeah, okay, we'll go in like let's say 4 hours. 4 hours is great. Why not? 4 hours is a good amount of time.
There's not enough time, Pod.
Are you okay? You look like you're having a stroke. Your temple is twitching.
I'm just quite stressed. It's a lot of decision in one. You know, I
It's
just
very
want to make sure I really don't mess it up. You know, it's a
course.
lot.
Well, you actually don't need to
You know, I've
decide
made
anything.
a few bad decisions recently. Well, you know, I somehow decided the few things that I have decided have not gone exactly as they should have done to plan. So,
Indeed. No one could have foreseen that you would channel the magic of Razor's blood magic into Quan. That was, frankly, impossible.
Insane
future.
thing to do. Yes.
I think it's a difficult decision. Yeah, I think most people might have made the same mistake. I think.
I don't.
If I said yes, would it make you feel better?
100%.
Then yes.
It would definitely make me feel better.
Yazir, I think, is quite surprised at Mercy's decision to actively choose the kind thing to say. Doesn't say anything, but notes it. Notes it.
So was that a good decision?
You haven't
Was that?
decided.
I think it was a good
anything.
decision.
it was
It
an
kinda
awful
almost
decision.
important.
It was a catastrophic decision, which may yet cost Quan his life.
I think you should have been sooner. We should go straight away. Maybe we should go straight away.
No, you're not deciding when we're going. You're just in charge of rolling the dice that decides if we go at a given moment or not.
I see. Of course, yes.
We're fighting fate here. We're not letting them divine. We're leaving it to the last possible moment to decide.
I like that idea. That's a great idea. Then that feels like less responsibility. There's
There's actually no responsibility
that's great.
at all.
That is That makes me feel better.
And
Anyway,
Casimir puts
cool.
a dice in Pod's hand and folds his furry fingers over and kind of pats it like you would a child, and it's like, there you go.
So I roll the dice now or later? Like,
Just every once in a while, and just whenever you think.
If it happens to be a
whatever number you decide.
6, we'll go. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Completely leave it up to
chance.
That kind of sounds like we're leaving it up to fate.
Don't decide what the number is. Don't decide what the number is until you roll it.
No, that's a good point, Pod. That's a good point.
Don't decide what the number is
Why
until...
do you keep looking at your shield?
Actually, speaking of your
I'm worried
shield...
I haven't polished it enough.
What was that?
Even a roll of 2 in insight, you would know he has never once polished the shield.
What was that, by the way, about the Archon saying your brother's spirit or something was in your shield? Was that what she said?
So it turns out when we buried my brother, it turns out he didn't quite go in the ground like we were expecting. He is
because I'm not ready.
Where did he go?
He's still with us in spirit and in kind.
I'm a necromancer and you're a cleric of the grave, and neither of us noticed this.
Yeah, apparently. That's just kind of how it works, I guess.
You were not meant to know this.
He's right, maybe it was fate. Maybe it was fate.
When you say your brother didn't go in the ground, was it because he was too large?
I mean, we're all quite big. He's a bit bigger than me, but we do dig larger graves. They're kind of proportional to the size of the bodies.
How do you know that he's with you in spirit? I thought that was just
because
a phrase.
He keeps talking to me, so it'd be very strange if he wasn't. Either that, or I'm going insane. I don't know.
One decision.
So your brother is a ghost that haunts you.
Apparently, since we spoke to
so that is not done.
Welcome to Being Haunted Club. Do you like your brother? Is it a Matthias
yeah, he was
and
great.
me
He's
relationship?
my favorite brother. I had many, but he was my favorite. Yeah.
Would you say that if your brother wasn't listening right now? Is your brother in the room with us?
I would still say that even if he wasn't listening. Yeah, if you
blink twice if you're in danger.
He doesn't blink. He doesn't feel like he's in danger. He's just really awkward. Like he doesn't feel. You get no sense of like threat. Like he doesn't feel like he's gonna die. he's just like feels like he's been caught. Like smoking.
What is your brother trying to say to you, Bod?
Like, what did who? My brother?
What is your brother trying to say to you? When he speaks to you?
Well, he is quite adamant on the idea that we should go back to the village and
the village where you're from.
Yeah, that one.
Where's that?
It's in the. I've actually completely forgotten which slice it in again. Is it Lost Bay?
No. It's
in Gabson, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that one called again? I forgot the name.
Cradle of Eternity.
The Cradle of Eternity. Yes.
Yeah. It's Cradle of Eternity. Kind of south side, on the edge of the forest, in the forest.
Oh,
it's called Thugalum, and we need to go back.
You've been working on this. I can tell you're working the
accent. He's talking to you, isn't he, Pod?
He is talking to me. Yes.
What's he saying?
He's said the name of the village and said that we have to go back.
Why do you have to go back?
We have to go back.
Because
the. Well, I didn't exactly leave the village in the greatest of states. I mean, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do it. I know it looks with the way the world has gone recently and my decision making, it could sound like it was my fault, but I promise you, it was not my fault. And the Creditors Federation kind of messed the village up a little bit, and yeah.
Go on. When you say messed the village up,
they ruined it.
Well, originally it was like the odd kind of. I guess misdemeanor, you could say, the odd kind of like breaking the rules in terms of where things should be dug, where things shouldn't be dug, and then they started killing people. It was a bit of an escalation. It kind of just pauses on that line.
Is anyone still alive in your village? Does it still exist?
I believe there are many people who are still alive. They're just maybe not as in charge of the place as they used to be.
for that awful, useless green powder. I don't even know why they want it.
And who rules it now then?
I don't know. I haven't been there in a while.
Karin!
He doesn't actually say the name. He just kind of like flinches a little bit. He's like, probably someone not very good, I imagine.
And
Not as good as the original elders. The original elders were quite nice, actually.
and when you did something which wasn't your fault, what did you not do that wasn't your fault?
You almost make it sound like you don't believe me, but that's okay. I'll pretend that I didn't hear that. I didn't actually do anything, to be honest. It wasn't me. It was like the Creditors Federation. I
believe
just
you were
left
there.
the village.
But what
So you-
happened?
What did you not stop happening?
Well, I didn't stop much because I was just the gravekeeper. But what actually happened was they moved in and then they started digging everything up.
They ruined
And
the village.
Why?
yeah, they were kind of ruined the village. Residuum? You heard of it?
Have we heard of Residuum?
You've all heard of Residuum. It's
Oh.
it's basically a universal reagent for magic. It can substitute for any normal requirement for any spell and is therefore quite valuable.
Very
Is it
valuable
rare?
resource, that.
It's fairly rare, yes.
So your village was turned into a mining operation by the Creditors
Yeah,
Federation.
it turns out
is
we were
that
right
it?
on top of a really big deposit of Residuum, and
Well, you must all be rich now.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
that's
Karin is no one else.
funny that you say. It's funny that you say that because turns out a lot of people did get rich at the start, and then well, yeah, it kind of spiraled from there.
Is that when you say that people started being killed? Killed by who?
A few of the villages may have turned and allied themselves with the Creditors Federation, and then kind of backstabbed the rest of the village. And
Why don't you just ask the Creditors Federation to go away?
I mean, I don't think they'd listen to me, to be honest.
Right,
We
because,
did kind of ask them to leave.
because you
for a
were kind
while.
of useless and they dug up your grave without you doing anything.
You gotta puzzle that. As much as that hurts to hear, that is probably quite close to the truth, yes.
Why don't you fight back, mate?
I mean, what am I supposed to do? It's an entire
There's
organization.
not just one of you, eh?
I mean, there was only one of me. There was a few others, but we're not a very big village, and we didn't exactly have a massive, military. We're not Aberdeen's empire. We're like
If there was a few of us, I fought back.
he bristles a little bit. He's like, we did try and fight back.
We tried, we died.
We just kind of like, it didn't quite go as you would expect, or maybe it would go as you expect against people with, actual weapons and military expertise.
All I'm saying
Our
is,
biggest
mate,
enemy
I don't
before
fight.
then was maybe a particularly large badger.
So,
And then all of a sudden, it was people with actual steel.
Pod and Pod's brother, what exactly do you hope to accomplish by returning to your village? Is it the dissolution of the mining operation? Is it restoration of your village to its previous state?
No,
What-
that's the one. The first one. You don't
Ask
hear
those
this.
questions again. Sorry, I got interrupted while you were asking those questions.
Are you looking to dissolve the current mining operation? Are you trying to restore your village? to
Yeah,
what
I mean,
it
at least,
is?
my brother says that one. I think it's just get rid of them, really, Maybe nicely. Ideally with
But
not much bloodshed.
you don't listen to everything your brother says, do you?
I was never very good at that, no.
Hmm.
It is like he kind of like pauses, looks down at the dice, and then just like rolls it. Looks like an attempt to like. Oh, would you look at that? It fell on a 3. That's the number I was thinking about.
Really?
I guess that means that we should probably make a move.
Doesn't that mean that we should go in 3 hours?
Weren't we going in the
Oh.
morning? When it's not night.
Kind of pauses, like, we could go in the morning, I guess, but the dice did say 3, and that is the number I had in my head.
Okay,
You're the general.
you're the general.
Like, before I make this decision, do we have spell
I'm
slots? to look
desperately
at?
trying to find
No,
an
not
in-character
really.
reason why I could object to this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to completely run it down. Like,
I don't have spell slots.
like-
I had a
Ah,
spell
okay.
wizard battle with Abaddon.
he kind of like sits there and he's like,
Pod, I would
okay,
like you to-
actually, let's maybe relax a little bit.
I would like you to actually roll a D100 to determine what
Okay.
happens.
Oh god, no, I'm gonna run it down.
Higher is better.
Esky rolling dice is dangerous.
42, meaning of life.
Okay. That's okay.
I mean something, right?
You guys.
So we're just pacing
Set
for the
off.
evening, right?
Ha-
Wait, what?
Oh, are you sorry. Are you sorry? I was under the impression you were leaving in 3 hours. Are you piecing
Well,
for the evening and going in the morning?
I mean, the current discussion is, I don't have spell slots. You probably know that. We can still go. What would Pod do?
I think I have most of my spell slots, but like it'd probably be good to get some of them back.
We did
Yeah.
discuss the morning versus going now for ease of.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
assassins
okay.
and
I
stuff.
think it's better not to just like, as funny as it is, I think it's better not to narratively like brief the entire party and
Yeah,
send our necromancer in without any spell slots. That might
yeah.
just
Let's
go
not
entirely
actually run it down, please.
wrong.
But I'd enjoy that so much.
We can
Yeah,
just
you
just
would.
definitively make that decision. I will not hold it against you if you so wish to run it, but know that you might be running it.
I think we should, wait for the morning.
Okay.
He kind of like picks up the dice and he goes, kind of, oh no, maybe I misread that. It's very obviously a 3 on the top of it, but he's like, maybe I was thinking of a 4. You know what? I can't remember. I'll roll the dice again, maybe in like a couple of hours, and I'll get back to you on that one.
Asma just breathes a sigh of relief and leans back in the chair.
Mercy breathes a sigh of relief and is like, "Okay, whatever you say, General Pod."
Whatever you say, General. But I feel like Casimir and Mercy kind of exchange few kind of looks.
He kind of gives a really like queasy smile. He's like, General, yeah, that sounds great. I've always wanted to be a general. He kind of fucking up, waddles off like. With so much responsibility and people who might
We
die under
need
me.
a
That sounds
word.
great.
So we're just vibing in a cellar for the night, right?
Pretty much.
Are there beds here?
No.
Oh my god.
Pod kind of like goes and sits in the corner. He takes his pack off and he puts it down in front of him. And then he takes his shield off and he kind of rests it against his pack in front of him. And just sits in front of it and just looks at it.
You almost feel like there's a disapproving look looking back at you.
He's like he doesn't know what to do. Like, and then occasionally you'll hear him kind of almost muttering to himself a little bit, as if he's having like a back and forth conversation as time is going on.
I think Casimir is pacing for a majority of this. He looks quite impatient. It's
I'm gonna
probably
meditate and
unsurprising to
leave.
you. He has many reasons to be stressed right now.
Arvis,
What's the question, man?
what are you up to?
I thought we were going for a rest, sorry.
Pretty much are. Is there anything you would like to do beforehand?
No.
No. Okay, fair enough. Mercy, all okay? Anything you would like to do? Anyone you would like to talk to?
I think they're just gonna. I think the answers they want, they're just gonna do some meditation. Can I send you
Fair
a
enough.
question?
You
I
can
actually,
indeed.
I did have something to say, and actually it was to Mercy, in fact.
Oh.
So, yeah, come nightfall, come time for rest and restoration, Arvis will approach Mercy in the latter hours and simply ask, Mercy, mate, you got a moment?
Kind of watch the eyes like go from being blank back to human vaguely, and kind of shake themselves. How can I help you? Is there something that troubles you?
Well, never really thought to ask, mate, considering my circumstances, but I know you can see certain things, the future or the destiny, what have you. I was curious to know what you might think, sense around me.
Well, perhaps I can show you. At times, if your soul is open to it, mortals can see. Come, take a seat next to me.
Right. Now, just before we do that, of course, I understand at times it seems it is your purpose to destroy folks with somewhat unfavourable markings when it comes to destiny. Would I be putting myself at risk in that regard?
I have seen nothing regarding your weave, your warp, or your weft, which would make me think that you were not a mortal as the rest of us.
I'm not sure
Even if
that's a good
even-
answer or a bad answer.
I'm afraid, Darvis, even if I saw something, it seems I no longer have the authority to make such a decision. You have nothing to fear from me, I promise you.
Well, that is somewhat reassuring. Right, and what do I do? Do I piss on something? Do I snore? What do you need me to?
Kneel down, close your eyes, put your hand in mine, and when you feel lightness, try to go with it.
Lightness. Right. Right.
Can I try and read Arvis's weave, Jamie?
Yeah, what question are you asking? Sorry, what question are you asking?
Yeah, sorry, no, I was just thinking. The question I would like to see is Arvis's birth,
Ooh.
the start of his story.
Obviously, are you
Ooh.
allowing this to happen, or do you want this to happen?
I'm allowing this to happen, Dan.
Okay, you can have advantage on these rolls for your wisdom and your checks.
Okay. That's a 21, which I believe is a success.
It is a success.
And then the D100 is 42.
The meaning of life.
Given this is a backstory, Arvis, that is a success and that is a meaningfully good roll. What do you think Mercy would see from your backstory?
If something such as a birth could be seen as a point along a strand of weave.
Yeah,
that would
I'd
be
say
Hmm?
the last time you remember waking up unmodified from where you are now.
Sorry, what's that?
The last time you woke up without significant change to your person in wherever you remember being changed often, if that's trying to be vague enough.
And you want me to recount that's what you're saying in relation
No,
to
I'm
birth?
saying whatever you think Mercy would glean or peer into from there.
Yeah, so I think one of the strange or uncommon senses you would find is that if somebody could have, say, a starting point in their strand, in their weave, in their thread, Arvis has two points of beginning. and 1 point of end already. Not quite a death, perhaps, but a point of non-existence, which intersects with point of existence, if you like. So Arvis is, you could say, born again, and maybe that makes sense in the context of his physiological nature.
So I imagine like the weave walking to be a bit like the pensive visions with Harry and Dumbledore, like stepping through different scenes, but kind of like ethereally. Where are we standing in this at your birth, and what does it look like?
So one would be a completely unremarkable scene of a human male, of very modest means, born in very modest, unremarkable regions, the backwaters of the lands. Human male being born to one parent, to a mother. And the other scene you would have would be anything but unremarkable. There would be echoes of pain, fear, torture, in a sense of the enjoyment of such things. It would be a dark room of stone, of unnatural light, of many unnatural substances, of bars, of cages, of alchemical trial and error. If that makes sense.
Yo.
So I guess we kind of walk through these, and Mercy, as they do, I don't know how long this would necessarily take, but this is what you see, what I see. Strands of futures pasts, things never to be. Yours is strange, Arvis. This beginning 2 in 1. Do you recognize these?
Yes, I don't want to, but I do. I wasn't always what I am now, and I don't think it's a secret to many.
These are the truths of your life, written as blood on stone. There can be no
Blood on
lies.
stone. There was a great deal of blood on stone. Far too much, not all mine. Mostly mine.
Something happened here that made you what you are. Too much is uncertain about this. I cannot see, but this is yours, and you will see better. It's always that way.
I do see bits. I don't know everything, but I do see bits. Part of me old, part of me young. It's too much to really know. Nobody remembers when they were born, do they? You know, maybe it's all in their head. But here I am, these hands. They don't look like my old hands.
This is your truth, Arvis.
What do I do with it?
as all mortals must. You make your peace with it.
My peace with it. No. A man can farm on his father's land. Creature can be born from the sea and live off its fruits. I didn't come from either of those. It's easy. If you look to everything that is normal and is where it is from, it knows what it should do. I don't have that luxury. So I ask you, what? Oh, mate, sorry. I'm just...
Mercy smiles. Changeling face. This is a gift. Look out before you. And I guess like Mercy would try to kind of show in like a wide expanse of like echoes of like freeze frames of Arvis doing different things. Just hundreds of thousands of Arvises, all in different positions, holding different things. And Mercy says, "You have the gift of choice. So many, yet unfulfilled. This is your power. You do not know what you will do, but you could do so many things. It is not true for all."
What about revenge? Do you see revenge?
I see many things. Yes, there is revenge. There is kindness. There is love. There is death. Many death. Expanding forever. Every second of your life laid out.
Yes, that's all very well and good. But for revenge, we must look backwards. We must see, we must know. You can't find revenge in the future and what might be. You must find it in the past. I must know at your pulse. I must know where I must go to seek it, and from whom I must extract it. And surely you know these things.
I will try. As you ask this of me. But it is not a small thing. Can I try and find Arvis's revenge, Jamie?
Yeah, certainly. Roll again.
Ooh. Well, that is not a success. I got an 8.
It's clouded. Your perception here, but I would say what you hear as you dive down, the threads and weave grow numerous. But there is a surprising amount, given what has happened, given what you're looking for. Often the weave is not only a channel of events, it's emotion, connecting them, it's understanding. There is a lack of emotion connected to the birth of Arthas that you would expect to be there. And that's perhaps the reason you're struggling to find it.
So I think obviously you'd see like Mercy, like white liquid kind of running from like their nose and their ears, and they'd just kind of be breathing heavily. I cannot see it. Things too clouded, Arthas. I am sorry.
Yes,
Too
clouded,
much.
yes. Of course.
Shrouds your past. There is something strange about your birth that is not conventional and
Untainted,
cold.
then.
There is a coldness about your creation that I cannot see through.
The sharpest memories I have were in Cadia. The earliest ones, the ones that only might make sense as one's earliest
Where or
memories
what?
might.
What's Cadia, DM?
Cadia is the closest town or fort next to Abaddon's empire.
Huh.
I was running and running through woods, through corridors. I think that's maybe where I first killed a man. If it wasn't a man. Cut him. He does a sort of swipe with his hands claws. Across the face I went for. But he loomed and I only heard him gargle. Didn't wait around to stop him. I was being chased, I know that much. Water, deep, swamps. In me lungs. Wading. Cadia.
Yes. I see this brackish water. You are drowning.
That's right.
I will rest and, time allowing, find me tomorrow. We will venture once again down the paths of the future, and I will try to help you find your revenge.
Yes, and there are no assassins of destiny now hot at my heels. Been chased too many times before.
I have not the sight to say such things of us. I wish I did. There are strange happenings surrounding too many of the five.
Yes, but what of your friends, you know, they came for Casimir, they knew you were here, they just knew. And I would loathe to know that I might be under the same pressure.
We will find out tomorrow, I'm sure.
To be clear, just because I'm aware there's a tiny bit of confusion. Cadia is in Abaddon's empire. I know it is a place in 40k that is not in Abaddon's empire, but I know there's some confusion in Twitch chat. That is telling you it's from Arvis is from Abaddon's empire.
Oh. I see.
If I could predict, see my brothers and sisters, then I would be a lot less scared.
Yeah, mate. Who needs family, eh? And his laughter seems, an attempt to sort of reassure himself. Yeah. Who needs? Well,
Yeah.
This is a
What do I
private
do?
conversation, right? Like we.
It is.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
So I guess
I usually make these sort of things. If you go for a reading, let's say, normally is in exchange for gold or some kind of promise. And is there any price for your insight?
You are too invested in your materials, my friend.
Nah, mate, no. It's totally custom. Right thing to do. It's part of the exchange. It seals the deal, which seals the lips, if you know what I mean. And starts going through his coin purse, and he probably gets out about 20 gold roughly. Like, yeah, this would be the going rate, wouldn't it? Of course.
I do not need your money. It is a means, a tool. All these things. I value your life and your potentials. Keep those safe. Will be payment enough.
Yes, but you don't understand.
And he seems like he's attempting to patch up a sort of anxiety or vulnerable. He's now felt perhaps he's been too vulnerable, and he's trying to officiate the process. And he's putting gold into your hand and sort of closing your hand around it.
No, mate, don't worry. You've been too coy. Everybody has a service. It's only right. Wouldn't want to make you feel shortchanged, or will there to be any animosity about what we've discussed, or anything like that.
Very well, as you wish, Charles.
There's a good bloke. Pats you on the shoulder.
I'm sorry, as I say, these things are difficult to see, particularly you. But maybe with more time.
More time.
Novice leaves.
Okay. We'll leave that as it is. But, Mercy, you obviously ponder what you thought about. There's rain beginning to fall outside, going as it begins to kind of patter down on the cellar door. You hear it. It's covering much of what would be going on outside. You wonder how Elara is spending the evening, where Yasuvu's agents are. What is up with Pod as he mutters into the shield? Kwan's steam souls venturing off. Casimir, much of what has happened, your mind cannot help but drift to Monty and where he could be currently. Fazul, what have you done? What do you know? Arvis, your past. Mercy, your future. Where does it lead you? As you all drift off, one by one. And there's something, Mercy, you feel it. It's too late as those around you fall asleep. You realize that something is drawing or tugging you together, and just before you're able to action it, your eyes too fall and go dark as sleep takes you. But it's not a restful sleep for any of you, as one by one you open your eyes and you are in the tomb that you saw earlier today. You are back. But the tomb is open. The lid removed by Kwan has remained open, and the figure inside the skeleton sat upright. You can all go to roll 20.
Boy, that's where we like to be.
But Arvis and Casimir, this is their first time here, right?
Casimir, you have never seen that. Like, yeah, you're like
Huh?
confused. Arvis, you've never been here before. The rest of you, however, you know where you are as you look around at the magically lit interior at Vecna's tomb.
Oh God.
Is that canon reaction or is that your reaction?
I'm not sure.
It's a very mild reaction. Just, oh god.
No, I think that was clean. We're seeing the razor fight, James,
Yeah.
on roll 20.
Oh, my bad. I'll move you over to the tomb.
The tomb. This seems fine. I'll
Yeah, it's
talk
only
to
small. Oh my god, what's he doing here?
it.
Ignore me.
Get out of here. Save yourself.
All of
No,
you.
you're safe in the Feywild.
You now have perhaps some awareness of where you are and what this is, and you all see each other. This isn't an illusion, or at least it doesn't feel like one. It's not like you're alone and unable to register each other.
And there's a skeleton sat bolt upright in a tomb.
Yeah.
And I've not been here before. Okay.
No.
Well, it's just an average Wednesday
It's
for Casimir.
yeah. I'm trying to. Is the Archon
The Archon
sword?
sword is still here. Yeah.
I think he's probably more interested in the Archon sword. So I think, as he did in the previous transportation, he will walk straight over to the sword and try and touch it. And it's like, for you guys, it's probably like Groundhog Day, as he does the exact same thing, and like it's like the exact same motion at the same angle. He just goes,
Sure.
Interesting.
As you touch the sword, the skull of the skeleton creaks and turns towards you to stare directly at you.
Oh, sorry, is this yours? And
There's no
he has no
response.
context for this, so I think he's like his normal jocular kind of, He also
The
probably
rest of
thinks
you
he's
can react
dreaming.
however you feel,
know?
but yeah.
Also, you guys know that he has no memory of the Vecna tomb. You know that Abaddon memory modified him.
Do I remember what happened last time, though?
Last time you opened the tomb, there was the inscription inside. The entity inside seemed to beckon Quan to give up the power. Quan said no, and then you were returned to.
Yeah, I feel like what I
right.
remember is Quan being problematic. In the sense that he was being dragged forwards.
Mhm.
Did anything happen to Casimir in the side? Like, other than just seeing things?
Casimir passed through the sword last time. This time, Casimir
Yeah.
touched the sword. Like,
Sick.
you don't realize this is a difference, but the rest of you feel the sword, like, it moves rather than Casimir passed through it.
Oh, I don't know if that's good.
Huh? Why not? Just a
Oh,
dream sword.
am I dreaming? Are you dreaming? Are we dreaming?
Well, I'm dreaming. This is my dream. Welcome.
No, I don't think
Ah,
this
it's
is
my
a
own?
dream. Feels strange.
I don't like this dream. We've been here before.
What do you mean
And-
before? Is this? So Arvis told him that Abaddon wiped his memory of a thing in a tomb earlier that day. So maybe
It's difficult to grasp. I'll say you're not unaware of what's happening.
with
I'd
keen
say,
mind,
like-
I think he probably takes
Yeah.
his hand off the sword and turns back to the skeleton. And it's moved to look at him upon touching the sword.
Yeah.
All right, friends. What exactly is going on? This is what Abaddon removed from my memory. This is what I asked the despoiler about. What is this?
Just touch nothing. And
I
do
don't know who
not
this is.
Well, I now know
Repeat.
not to.
do not repeat the words of the inscription either.
He
I think he
immediately
remembers
looks
them.
for an inscription.
Fuck!
Say the same words. Here lies Vecna,
Damn your wisdom, Casimir.
Archon of the Lord of Bane, the Lord of Order.
Casimir, don't touch the thing. Bad.
Who's got the highest passive perception?
Probably me. I think it's 18.
22.
Oh
22.
damn. Okay,
Mercy.
I don't know.
As the skeleton turns to Casimir, embedded in its forehead, glinting ever so slightly, is a tiny green
Green
shard.
shard. Yeah.
Bro.
Green shard, you motherfucker. Green shard.
In his forehead.
Green shard looking
That must be
motherfucker.
kind of
Mhm.
painful.
Is this the green shard that gave me an aneurysm?
When did it give you an aneurysm? I don't remember that.
When you fucking released it from Quan?
Oh yeah. Oh, that green shard. Does Pod recognize it?
Was it there before when we were here last
Only
time?
Mercy's seen this. Mercy can
Yeah, I know,
point
but
it
please
out.
ask him.
No.
Bro. Fuck.
Get away. We need to get out of here.
Is that up to us?
Is there a door, Jamie?
No.
If I use Eyes of the Grave, what do I see?
What are you? So, remind me of Eyes of the Grave.
As an action, you know the location of any undead within 60 feet of you that isn't behind total
Yeah, this is
cover.
undead. Yep, no undead. Massive
So just
radiating
him.
aura.
Are there any others, or just
No.
him?
Just him. Quan. Wisdom saving throw. If you're there.
Oh boy.
No.
Okay.
Not our paladin.
Gonna be our paladin. Our paladin's in trouble.
Alright.
Oh dear.
That's
19.
a 26.
Okay. You are able to center yourself. You are able to be present here in this moment. Something about this whole situation has put you completely on edge, but you did nothing more than that. Mercy hasn't pointed out this to the rest of the group yet, who are still too confused or knowing about what's going on, about what's happening with the shard.
I briefly was awake. Is this a kind of dreamscape kind of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, we went to sleep and we turned up here.
Why?
So it's not real, right, guys? It's not real.
Why are we here? He kind of like asks half to the party and half to Vecna.
After the skeleton looking at him.
That's
Is it a very pretty skeleton? Like, what does it look like, skeleton-wise?
Is it cool?
Has it got like jewels encrusted into it, like
I'm
bone?
missing its left hand.
Mercy
But
points
it's just like,
towards the
does it look kind of like decayed? Like, is it?
Yeah, it's a skeleton. It's decayed away.
I remember this
but it's wearing
viscerally,
quite
Jamie.
fine robes.
You said that he had a military buzz cut last time.
I did, yeah.
Is that true? The skeleton has a military buzz cut?
Yeah.
It's just a skeleton, but he's got hair. It sounds a lot less
Skeletons-
intimidating if you put it
Skeletons
that
still
way.
have hair.
Well, is he like a zombie, like a withered skin on bones?
Yeah, is he kind of like
I'd
a
say,
withers
yeah,
He's
like
not like
withered,
a literal
yeah.
doot skeleton, right? He's like...
No, withered skeleton,
He's-
yeah.
he pulls out a
Withers,
trombone.
Withers Baldur's Gate.
Okay, he's withers.
Okay.
Okay, I'm with you.
Mercy points horrified at the forehead and goes, "Beware this place. That is the shard from Quan. Touch it not."
Do I recognize
It
the
must-
energy? Like anything about
Yeah,
it? Now that
it's
it's been pointed out.
Yeah. Quan, you recognize it as well.
This isn't a dream.
I really hope
It's
it
just
is
your
because I
dream.
don't want to be here. If we like slap ourselves really hard, do you think we'll wake up?
You can try.
Pod
Can I
attempts to
punch
slap
Pod in the
himself.
face?
How much damage do you want to do?
1 damage.
No, Pod, you don't wake up, but you do now have a bloody nose. As Mercy punches
He
you.
doesn't try and dodge. Like he wants to be punched in the face. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, as the chief, lowest wisdom and silliest member of this group, I will step up to Vecna the skeleton, and I will ask more directly, "Why are we here?"
Skeleton having. Have you taken your hand off the sword?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Turns to you reacts to your presence being close. One hand puts it on the edge of the tomb. The other one obviously supports it as it stands up, beginning to slightly tower over, looks down, and you see, almost from nowhere, originating from its reigning hand, a black gauntlet begin to form. Black armor beginning to appear over this creature, a huge black helmet beginning, green eyes piercing through, the sword summons into its hand, transforming from a sword to a long mace with a fist at the end, and reverberating through the room. To serve. And you can all roll initiative.
Damn. I just wanted to give the guy 100 GP to relevel my character.
The respect.
I'd just quite like to not get TPK'd here.
Oh.
Well, you know.
By the way, if we ever do a one shot, like ever in the future, I'm going to play a bard and he's going to be called Offkey.
Cool. What?
Casimir, you spend, unless you choose to attempt to resist, in which case you will suffer the negative consequences of Gias. You are frightened for this encounter.
Why, whenever we fight anything, I have
Am I fucked?
status effect?
Because you always have to touch the red button.
You
Such
do
a
like the fumble red
handicapped
buttons.
individual. You're literally like carrying Casimir's shaking body through every encounter.
It's like
Scary dude.
you lick
he's
the
scary.
toad, you walk through the mirror, and you light the candle.
Yeah. Hey, someone has to do it,
Yeah.
okay?
You're
I
not
don't think someone does have to do it, but...
If it's your 20 intelligence character that pushes the big red button, so be it.
My God.
Okay, I need to go get my dice, but roll
I rolled
20.
a saucily good initiative. Wait, this is an ability check. Is that disadvantage?
No.
Frightened,
not from
right?
frightened. Yeah, you're frightened, but that doesn't mean you have disadvantage on ability checks, right?
Oh, is it
Is
attack
it?
rolls? Frightened.
Yeah.
5e. I've only played this game for 7 years. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear
Oh,
is
no.
within line of sight.
Oh, okay, nice.
Like line of
Nice.
sight. Easy.
That sucks. Oh.
Oh, get fucked. It's still pretty good. Bam.
Okay, can you guys see this roll?
Unlucky.
Did you roll something?
Okay. Yeah, I did.
Cool, I didn't see anything.
It's just its initiative, so that's fine.
So-
Oh, hold on. I
guys-
have a
Going
really shit.
to run.
I just cannot roll well for initiative,
Here's a
even if it's
question.
like super important.
Do we think my Gias is against Abaddon's DC? And what do we think Abaddon the Despoiler's difficulty class would be as immortal?
Probably quite high.
Foe of
If
the
it's
world?
less than 20, I'm a none.
So, like, what exactly happens if you try and betray a Gears command? Do you just take
a
like
bunch
massive
of
amounts of damage? Isn't it like D10s?
It's D10s.
Like multiple
yeah.
D10s?
It's D10s.
I feel like we shouldn't do that. It's just my opinion. Down to
Could it kill
do
you?
anything with it.
I'm a wizard. I roll a D6.
It's like
To
20
get
HP.
No, I actually
So,
have quite
yeah.
good HP because I've put lots of stuff in con because I'm a necromancer.
Okay,
Lots
fair
of
enough.
skills on con. He's a healthy boy,
He's a healthy boy.
despite
Okay,
his
cool.
I still
pallor
would-
and his whitening hair.
I guess you could fuck around and find out maybe once. And then,
I still
and
don't
then
think
we'll
it's
see.
worth like going
Initi-
down and dying.
I got a
Initiative
7.
rolls.
I can't update it, unfortunately. I don't
7.
know.
Okay, initiative rolls for pod. Arvis.
Yeah, let me throw mine in. Oh, I can't update it. It's 16. Yeah, 16.
16. Can you guys move your characters, or do I need to ask you to re-put them around?
We can't move.
I need to re-add mine.
Okay, I'll delete them all if you can all add your characters.
Oh, Jamie, that was my addition.
Oh, sorry. I think I realized I deleted Quan twice.
Can we have had a short rest during this time,
Uh,
Jamie?
Yeah, are we rested?
yeah, you've short rested. You haven't long rested though.
All right.
Oh,
I'm taking that short.
Why?
Hold on, I'm going to
Take
short
that
rest.
short rest.
I'm missing Pod and Quan. I did delete.
Yeah,
them.
give me 1 sec. I think I was on this side of the room.
Can I say your DC?
20?
There you go.
20.
I'm in.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen. I'm in.
Arvis.
Hell
What's the
yeah.
question?
Your DC,
Initiative.
your initiative.
16.
16. Pod?
It was 7.
7.
was plus
Imagine
2.
a
One?
Code Geass cosplayer having
15.
Geass on them.
Sorry, what was that?
15.
15. Okay, is your dex higher or lower than Casimir's?
Mine is. My dexterity is 14.
Low.
14. Lower. Okay, cool. Okay. It goes first. Cool. As it turns, as its form appears, as this armor appears around it, it begins to emanate this aura of control, of fear, of dominance. Casimir, you feel it most uncanny, but all of you take probably a couple of steps back. It turns around, scans the room, stares, eyes fix upon Quan, and takes a couple of steps forward before the mace swings upwards directly at Quan's head. This is gonna be a 15 to hit.
No way.
Quan?
No, mine's in plate. No way.
It's fine. This one, you manage to just about duck under it and parry it. However, the second strike comes down. Gets 2. 22.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 15 points of bludgeoning damage and 12 points of necrotic.
Yeah.
That's fine. As this thing, the second strike, however, this time you feel it slap across your face as kind of blood and blood and teeth fall to one side, and you feel this isn't the first time you've been hit by this weapon. It's going to use its final action to cast Dreadful Gaze.
Can you just repeat the damage, sorry, before you go on?
Oh, sorry, yeah, it's 15 bludgeoning, 12 necrotic. It is going to cast Frightening Gaze upon Pod and Massey. Could you both please roll wisdom saving throws?
If you are within 10 foot of me, is anyone within 10 foot?
Currently, no.
Oh, okay. Well, I get advantage on the.
Okay.
So wait, is it? What do I have to roll? Just wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Well, first roll.
Okay.
So it was a 20 and a 19. So yeah, 20.
20. Succeed? Massey?
Fuck. I got a 13.
You're currently frightened.
Okay, don't worry.
End of its turn. Massey.
Really sucks because I wanted to get closer to it.
Not even like running as an option, huh?
Yeah, like I have.
No, we have to mess it up.
Goodness gracious me.
Okay. I'm gonna try something crazy. I'm gonna do Hour of Reaping again. So I'm gonna try and show Vecna its death/end. Wisdom
What's
saving.
the wisdom saving throw? Sure.
Ooh. That's so
24.
saucy.
Yeah.
This creature, as you attempt to reach out and read its own destiny, you're scared, you're unsure of what's going on, you don't know if this is real or not, it's the worst nightmare, and you are rebuffed as the enormity of this creature's future, both part of it, there are 2 futures here as you attempt to read it. One is entirely beyond your comprehension, the other one, you can't even measure the span of its existence. And your attempt to show it its end, it's like showing a circle its beginning.
Cool. I will spend a key point to do patient defense, and that's me.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to move a bit, I'm going to move a bit closer to Pop so I can get
Sure.
a bonus.
in response, it is going to turn around and it's going to use one of its legendary actions. And could I have a dexterity saving throw from you, Mercy?
Advantage. 25.
You you succeed. I think that means no damage. As you take patient defense, it turns around and points its finger at you, and a single mote of energy erupts towards you, and you just dodge out of it, and it blows a hole in the floor as it casts disintegrate on you.
Did you just throw a disintegrate at a level 6?
This is like your favorite spell, I swear.
What's wrong with you?
Arvis, your turn.
He just thinks it's neat.
What is wrong with you?
Oh my god.
Guys, let's leave. I'm ending the stream. You can't kill us if we go offline.
Yeah, Arvis, for all its worth, DM, what's the lighting in this room like? What level of light is it?
I'd say low light, the whole thing.
Dim light. Okay, cool. In that case, what I would like to do... Been playing too much Baldur's Gate 3. I think I have 2 bonus actions when I don't. As a rogue thief. I will quite simply hide. No, that's unnecessary. I will, what's it called? Steady aim. Use my bonus action to steady aim.
Mm-hmm.
And Arvis is going to take out his kind of... It's kind of like a cauldron lid shield almost. And his something that's very packed and bashed together. And his hand crossbow. And he's going to loose off around, aiming for the head of that there creature.
Sure,
so
absolutely. I would say it's currently engaged in combat with Quan, so you will have sneak attack if you hit.
Cool. Okay, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. All right, let's see what happens. My inventory's too big. All right, to hit with advantage. That was a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Let's put some fucking damage in the boy and hope this guy's got some... did that roll damage? It just didn't. Okay. How does that... You guys seen damage rolled with that?
No, we're seeing crossbow,
No.
comma hand.
Yes, so am I. Okay, bear with. What about now?
Crossbow,
Okay,
comma.
what's
Same
now?
stuff.
Fucking
You
fuck,
can just
mate.
type /roll.
What about this?
That's a short
Nope.
bow.
It's just
Okay,
describing
what do I
the
type in?
stuff.
Just /roll D whatever, I
Slash
think.
roll.
And then add your modifier.
Yeah, it's sneak attack, so it's kind of a few things.
And /roll XDX.
Okay, sorry, one sec. 2d6 plus 1d6 plus 5. I'll just fucking roll it out like a classic Don. 3d6 plus 5. That's 20 piercing damage against that guy right there.
20 piercing. Okay, yeah, absolutely. As it's kind of focused on Quan, it's turned around and it is not paying attention as you kind of move into the darkness, letting the shadows absorb you, and finding as you shoot through one of these, like you fall against armored foes before, and this armor isn't super tight sort together, and you find a hole just beneath the neck, and it kind of clicks in what would be a kill shot on any other creature. And as you kind of see it sink in, it's not quite blood, it's thicker than that, almost begins to slightly pour out here, and you've clearly hit and landed something as it begins to scan round and focus on where that came from.
And with that, DM, I will go prone.
Fair enough. Casimir.
does it have to make any Constitution saving throws for concentration or anything?
No, it's got no concentration on anything at the moment.
Fucking bullshit, bro. Cool.
Hi, Dungeon Master.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm interpreting it as you are frightened in this environment, but you can act otherwise.
Okay. Okay, alright. In that case then, I think he's a stubborn motherfucker, right? And I think probably he hears Abaddon's voice in his head telling him to run, like repeatedly, loudly, like warning bells. And I kind of appreciate that for Abaddon, thank you very much. But he is stubborn and he is going to ignore the warning. But I think I'm gonna haste Quan, because I was foolish. I thought I used all my counter spells with Abaddon, thinking I was level 5. I'm afraid level 6, so I have an extra 3rd level spell, which I did not use. So I am going to haste Quan, give him that extra 2 AC, the extra action. Hopefully that will be useful. Yeah. And I will probably move to the side of the room, because I can't move towards him, so I'll skirt around.
Quan is hasted. Great.
Bonus
Before
action.
Quan...
I'm not doing
Oh,
anything.
bonus.
I'm not doing anything.
Before the end of your turn, sorry, as a legendary reaction, second one, legendary action, it's going to thrust its gauntlet out and attempt to grab hold of Quan and lift you up. This is just going to be grapple, but against it. Quan, could you make a athletics or acrobatics check to attempt to escape this grapple?
Yes. I'm gonna pick athletics, so that is a. That is a 13.
I rolled a natural 20. No effect other than grappling you. It is going to grab you by some. It's not quite the neck, but it's round here, and it's going to lift you a couple of feet off the ground. You're going to feel it, and Quan, in your head, you're going to hear, "Tiamat have the privilege before. This time, it's mine." Quan, your turn. You are grappled by this creature.
I guess escape. Try and escape the grapple.
You have to use your action to try to escape. One of them you have to because of haste.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Same roll in. Acrobatics or athletics to try to escape. It's contested by athletics. Nope, it wins. You struggle and you kick, but this thing is lifting you off the ground and you can't find purchase. You can still attack it. You can still do stuff. You just can't move. That's the effect of grapple.
Okay. I guess I will attack it. So that is 17 to hit.
17 does not hit. Again, as you're kind of flailing, you manage to bounce off the armor of this creature.
Jesus. You probably have multiple attacks, no?
Yeah, 2 at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Nope.
Oh man, no.
Yeah. Thanks, Jimmy. I'm logging off now.
Pod, you're up.
So I think Pod would have originally been very, you would have had this energy that you felt before, and then its random intimidating presence that just suddenly washed over everything. But as he got hit by it, you'd feel almost like a gentle hum and a soft light from the amulet of Pelor that sits around his neck. As it kind of sends out this gentle chime that steals his heart. He will then grab it and kind of channel its energy to, if I read it correctly, channel a Tyrant's Bane. Once per day, the wearer can activate the amulet to dispel effects related to fear, control, or oppression within a 30-foot radius. This includes spells or abilities used to intimidate, dominate, or subjugate.
No one in this room, including Casimir, is frightened of this creature anymore. As
Does that dispel gas?
it doesn't dispel it. The effect, however, is nullified as
Blessed.
as you hold up this amulet. It is a beacon of light. It is blinding in this dim light as you turn around, and
Based.
this golden sun pours out. And Quan, you most of all feel warm and rejuvenated by this. And this creature shies away from it, like actively moves away. And I would say, for the purpose of this, it also breaks as it drops Quan to move slightly away. It breaks the grapple as well.
Praise fucking Pelor.
If we knew who that was.
Praise Bane, sorry.
Bless the cowboy.
So I'm guessing that it isn't explicit, but I'm assuming that counts as an action. And if that's the case, then I still have a BA, which I will use for. Trying to think. You would normally just hide at this point in time, but it feels kind of. Actually, instead, he is going to cast Sanctuary on Quan. As he kind of pulls his shield out, points at him, and this it almost projects the shield directly between him and the enemy.
Okay.
Cast one Sanctuary.
Okay, so Quan, if you're attacked, there is a barrier around you as you kind of put the amulet away and it is shining a beacon out, but you still pray to Kalimor about, and that kind of slightly grey mist begins to form with Quan's life essence, and Quan is protected by a barrier. Sorry, I know there's some confusion. You have an amulet of help. Your con is 19 for the purposes of all of this. We'll discuss what that means afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. It is the entity's turn again. What do I
You
want
can
to
say its
do?
name, it's okay.
It's not. Maybe.
Wekna.
It's going to turn round and look directly at Arvis. It's going to make a perception check to see Arvis. And you're not hiding, are you? You're prone.
I am indeed prone.
But you're not hiding. It can see you. It doesn't need to make a roll.
I can see me.
Yeah. It's going to point, this time 2 fingers, and a stream of green energy is going to fly towards Arvis. And could you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Not my finest suit, but I can try.
Okay.
No, is it not going to roll that even? Oh, that's a D&D dice. That is 17.
17. That fails. So you take 58 points of necrotic damage.
I have died.
You haven't died.
Might
You've got to
be-
0, right? Or is that an insta
No,
kill?
that might be double my
That's fine.
hit points, which would be a kill, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check that.
27
I love
HP!
that reaction.
58, you'd have to have 29 or less hit points.
29 less HP.
You're a
Yeah,
fool.
so
You haven't been hit
28.
yet, no?
You have
So,
28
I am
HP.
at full. Yeah.
Glass, he
What does
is
everyone
a
else have?
glass cannon. He is the most glass of glass
54?
cannons.
Wizard, and I have 44.
57.
I think that's not correct.
Calculated
Have you got,
wrong.
what is your con score? You're level
It's just
6,
a 0.
right?
Yeah.
But taking the average roll?
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
guess
sure.
so.
I'm always so bad at rolling hit points. I think this is the average.
Okay, what's your what is your class and level? I don't believe your level. You have
Level
27.
6
I am,
rogue, so you're a D8.
um,
You're adding +5 every time.
Rogue and Artificer, but it's the same dice, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
So
started at
25 plus whatever.
Started
your
at
base
8.
was.
And then 5d8.
You have 33.
yeah.
The average roll they give you is 5 on a D8, so 5 times 5 is 25 plus 8 is 33.
I'll fucking take that.
You're
not
unconscious.
dead!
So
You are
Danny-
unconscious.
Yeah, 33 survived.
Was
You're
that-
not dead,
Was that
dead.
finger
You're
of
just
death
kind
by
of
any
dead.
chance, Jamie?
That was finger of death. It was
What
indeed.
happens when people hit 0 HP with finger of death? Remind
Nothing.
me.
It's if they're killed by it.
Oh.
Good. Great. Just checking that one.
Disintegrate is the one that if you are knocked to 0, there is a problem, which was fired at Mercy.
Good.
There's a
Wonderful.
difference between those two spells. The other action, the 2 multi-attacks. So ours is down. Getting a little cross on that.
Christ.
And this is going to take a couple of steps. This is going to make a wisdom saving throw to attempt to approach Pod, actually.
You're approaching me?
27. Okay. It's
Should that
going
not
to
be an
approach
attack
Pod.
of opportunity for Quan?
It is an attack of opportunity for Quan, should you wish to take it.
Well, I mean, I'll try.
Sick
But
him.
given my rolls tonight, don't know how that one's gonna go.
What do you mean tonight?
Oh, shut up.
No.
Sorry, guys.
That's a solid
Okay.
7.
Just walks over to Pod, mace striking slightly on the ground, and kind of brushes off Quan's attack, parrying it a little bit, and uses the momentum of the parry to kind of attempt to slam down on Pod. And we'll make a mace roll with a 20 to hit.
Actually doesn't hit if it matches my AC, which is 20.
No, it does.
It does.
It doesn't.
Oh, fuck. Then I died. No.
That's
I was really smug for like
that's
all of 2 seconds. Then
16
reality hit me.
points of damage, followed by 11 points of necrotic. As even though you manage to, you block it with your shield, and it crumples as the force and the negative energy kind of sends you back, and you still through it through.
26, yeah.
Bones begin to break in your arms. And the second attack is a 29 to hit.
Guys, we're not
27
Well, that
damage
definitely hits, doesn't it?
per attack.
Can I attempt to use a silvery boss on a reaction on this
Yeah,
one?
you can use it. You can use the silver bars on this if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to, yeah.
I roll a 20, so I rolled a 9, so plus 11.
That still hits anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
It still hits. That's 8
God damn, yes,
plus
I...
8, 16, 9, 25 points of damage.
Save me,
total.
Barry.
Are you still alive,
find
God?
So wait, that's another 29 points of damage.
Is it 29? No, it's 24.
That's
8
24
plus
points of damage.
16, 9, 20, yeah, 24.
Looks absolutely beat the shit out of, but he is still alive.
Okay.
Mercy, you're up. You are no longer scared.
Okay.
Quick question: are we level 5 or level 6?
Level
Six.
6.
Level 6.
Oh
baby.
shit! Wait, okay, I've got a whole level. That explains the whole HP thing.
Mercy's going
That's your
to
missing
go.
5, yeah.
kind of take a step forward in Pod's defense and kind of stoically say, even Archons have limits. And I'm going to attack this guy. And I'm going to do a stunning strike.
Okay.
Oh, it's doing the thing.
Hmm.
Let me just do advantage.
Just roll it in
Oh.
D&D Beyond.
Interesting.
Yeah, I turned on digital dice in D&D Beyond using the what's it called? D&D Beyond Assistant, the Beyond 20, the shortcut. Sorry, extension. You can turn on digital dice for that, and it'll roll inside D&D Beyond.
Bam, 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 bam.
How? Where am I doing digital dice?
This is why I roll physically.
Yeah, I'm just sorry, guys.
Physical dice cannot fail me.
I'm just gonna roll. So the first is a
18 hits.
Okay, and the 2 misses, I assume.
2 misses.
Yep.
Unless
Okay,
you have-
stunning strike. And I will say that the man gets a 7. What is his con mod?
Can Vecna be stunned?
Plus 7. So. 14.
Motherfucker!
Is that enough?
It is. My DC is 14.
Oh man.
As you this time, your second attack will do first. As you miss your second one, you manage to keep under just straight into a pain point here, and you feel it reverberate. And for a second, you feel the armor shake. There's like dust and thing. It almost stops, but whatever force you didn't manage to connect enough with, there is the thing, and it pushes through and grunts, but it still takes damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll my other attacks. I'm gonna do another key point, flurry of blows.
Try again.
4. Yeah, both these are going to be stunning strikes. So that's
Its
lowest is
AC
a
is
19.
18, so
Both,
yeah,
so
both
both
hit.
And 2 stunning
Roll.
strikes.
Do I roll 2d6, or are you doing any of these with a thing? Important.
No. You'll just roll.
I rolled a
Okay.
13
Mhm.
and a 4. Abaddon is stunned.
Abaddon.
Abaddon. I keep calling it Abaddon. This entity is stunned.
Ooh! Was it the last one, I assume?
Yes.
The 3. Okay.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but at least it's stunned. And I'm going to roll all my damage. So I had 3, one of which was a D8, the other a D6. 10 plus 12 is 22.
22 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. As you realize the weak point still exists. This, whatever it is, however powerful you may think it is, it still has its weak points. You slam away, and one of them connects, and this thing makes in the air, ready to slam down again on Pod. You see beneath you, it freezes and begins to shake ever so slightly as you hit something vital.
Cool. That's me.
Okay. Why's my turn order gone away? Arvis, death saving throw. Don't tell anybody. Tell me. Casimir.
Yes. Okay. I don't have 6 spell slots, so I'm gonna make a spell attack roll. God, am I really just cantripping Vecna? Is that really the best I have? I actually think it is. Yeah. Okay, it's 12 plus... Whoa, my spell attack modifier is big. Oh, items, yeah. 22. 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okie dokie. Oh, and I'm going to use... I said in the chat I was taking this one. The Razor Coat. The Hunter's Coat, which Casimir's had dyed black, and I'll tell you how sick it looks later. To expend a charge to deal an extra d10 necrotic damage when I hit with a thing. So it's 2d10, which is 9 plus 5, 14 plus, so 14 fire damage, plus an extra 6 necrotic damage for a total of 20. So this kind of green flame streaks towards its back, and these sort of like spirits almost like catch on and sort of ride along with it and sort of like lacerate.
The fire burns and you feel the smell. Necrotic damage as the soul's thing. Green chains wrap around them and grip it inside, and it almost seems rejuvenated by it.
Oh boy, necrotic damage regenerates. Never mind. I thought I'd use a cool item.
Good damage.
But
Well, you know, it is what it is.
What are you going to do?
Sorry. I shouldn't praise Bane.
Anything
yeah.
else, Casimir?
No, been chilling.
Juan, you're up.
I mean, I guess I'll try and attack again.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You can attack 3 times with the haste.
You have advantage this time as well.
Isn't it 4 times?
No, it's 3. You only get 1 of the attacks from multi-attack. Oh!
Okay, that's a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. That is +3. That's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, yep.
Okay, that doesn't hit.
You have advantage.
Okay, so 11, so 17 doesn't hit, right?
17 doesn't hit. No, the second attack misses.
21.
21 hits. So how much damage total? 8.
9.
I think you can roll again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've only rolled 5 dice, so you can roll another one.
See if you correct.
Yeah.
16, no hits. Quan, the damage this creature has taken as you rush in, it's completely stunned, and you take this opportunity to hit vital points. Your first attack kind of goes straight across the chest and kind of crumples it ever so slightly. The second attack, you just armor's too thick around the shoulder and you miss it. Third one, however, you clip right under the helm and you flick it off, cutting deep scar across here to reveal the face beneath it. The face is no longer the width of the skeleton that before, but instead reveals blonde hair, a single green eye pointing out, a face that all of you immediately recognize as Fazul, but missing an eye.
What the fuck?
I mean, does it look like an illusion or what? Like,
This all feels very real. Pod, you're up.
You're muted.
You're muted.
I said on that mic drop. So that's my options. I already know what I'm gonna do, but Pod almost in this instance with single digit HP would normally turn invisible or misty step away, but the light of Pelor seems to embolden him as he doesn't look as frightened as he normally would. He reaches out with one hand towards Arvis, and you see like a wispy green light fire off as he gets spare the dying. You are now stable, I believe, at 0 hit points. You do not need to roll any more death saving throws. And then he turns his hand back towards the entity, as you have called him. Sounds almost like he's an AI networked, but
It's Fazul.
I like it anyway. Yeah. So what is
Fazul.
clearly Fazul? It's not Fazul. And
Well,
he'll
what is
say
that?
something along the lines of "he or not him," and then his arm goes a wispy, whole translucent green, and you can almost see the bone through his skin for a moment as another wispy skeletal hand, but much larger, appears above the creature's head with his hand outstretched, face upwards, and he holds his hand open with his facing towards this creature, and that's the end of his turn. As it
Okay.
is marked for vulnerability.
It's their turn, but I think their stunning ends at the end of their turn or the beginning of yours, Mercy.
The end of mine.
The end of yours. Mercy, you're up.
And it's OP as fuck.
Yep.
Pod almost gives you like a knowing nod.
Mercy.
Get him. Go get him.
Mercy's gonna beat this. He's gonna try and beat this guy up. So
I believe the way it works is it next point of... Yeah, you curse a creature you see within 30 feet. There is no saving throw until the end of your next turn. The next time an ally of yours hits the cursed creature with an attack, the creature has a vulnerability to all of that attack's damage. I don't know if that means a single strike or means an attack. I guess I'll let you
Ooh.
interpret that, Jamie.
Ooh.
An attack.
okay. The lowest is
1
21.
hit. Wait.
What?
7?
That's advantage.
Oh, advantage. Sorry, yeah, that hits.
3 hits, and the lowest is 21. Okay, so 2d8 and 1d6. 11. 12 is 23 total.
23 total damage. Yeah, absolutely. Again, as this thing's kind of standing there, it's taken a beating, and you can now see its face, which reveals a little bit, and it doesn't stop you for a single second. It's not for
Is that 27 with vulnerability?
You're hiding it, and you're kind of like punching through. Or have you doubled some of those dice rolls?
Oh,
46. We'll call it 46.
Okay.
So as your fist hits for the vulnerable one, the skeletal hand above his head, suddenly a huge silver pair of scales appears, and the hand grasps it, and almost like this big chime lands like a church bell.
Yeah.
As you
Yeah,
land your fist, and it feels
this
like it
bell
does massive.
slams in, and you just feel like punch. And for a single second, Mercy, maybe your higher perception, you notice this Fazul looks a bit older than the Fazul you fought, the Fazul you know. Strangely different. Obviously missing an eye, but there's different stuff, and you slam into him, and the This time, as you see, there is flesh. It connects. There's no armor to protect him, and you see blood and whatever else fly that way, and each strike lands true.
I'm going to use my last key point. Stunning strike.
Yeah, sure.
Can't just chain stun this guy. Holy shit, you're so
Monks,
broken.
man.
That's a 9, 15, 16,
Fuck.
7.
F.
Fair enough. Gotta try.
End of your go. End of your go.
He's unstunned.
As he comes to, a single orb appears in his hand and he slams on the ground, and I'm going to need Constitution saving throws from all of you.
Oh, baby.
What is this?
What if you're making
Circle
death
of-
saving throws?
I know.
You fail automatically. This is Circle of Death.
Oh, for God's sakes. Something I only rolled a 12. I rolled like ass.
Hmm.
But one cannot experience death if they are already dead.
Wait, did you not help Arvis, Mercy, Pod?
I did.
Yeah.
He's on. Yeah, he's stabilized.
Oh, stabilize. Okay, yeah, you just fail your next
Yeah.
day. Okay. Mercy and you do have more health than this. That's fine. Fail from Mercy. Anybody else?
15.
Fail. Odd.
12.
12. Fail. Others fail. Quan.
24.
Succeed. You take half damage. So everybody except for Quan takes 30 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Quan, you take 15. As necrotic energy billows out from this, and you kind of hit the walls begin to almost close in as you feel your
What
vision
if-
go dark.
What if I'm resistant to necrotic?
Half damage. So you take half and half, so 7.
Pod collapses.
Oh,
Fair enough.
shit.
Arvish, you're down. Mercy's down. Casimir, are you still up?
Casimir and
Casimir,
Quan
you'll go.
versus fucking Mechana, Fazul, something. Oh dear. Okay, well, I think he is going to run towards the entity. Misty Step to close the distance because it's a little out of range. And I think knowing it doesn't feel like there is meaningful damage he can do to this guy, he's going...
I would say that there is wear and tear after these hits.
It's been taking damage, so it looks like...
It has been taking damage. Yeah, you've done over 100 points of damage to this creature. Like...
Okay, that changes things. Okay, so it does look like stuff's landing.
Stuff is landing and hitting. Yeah, no, everybody else has done actual visible damage
His
to this
helmet has
creature.
been
Sorry,
knocked
it's
off.
not been
He's got a gash
glancing.
in his
You guys
face.
have hurt. Like...
Okay. Alright, well, devoid of damaging spell slots that I am, I'm still gonna do the same. He's gonna run towards the figure, Misty Step to close the distance, and he's going to pull out his rapier, look Fazul, question mark, in the face, and he is going to take in a deep breath, remember those days in training when he kicked his Fazul's ass, and sort of, he kind of trained him a little bit in how to use the damn thing in the first place. He will try and hit him with a green flame blade. Because I think that's the most meaningful damage I can do. So that is, all good please, 16 plus some stuff. I think that's 19 to hit. I think my dex modifies plus 5 to hit. Yeah, 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay, so that is the D8 plus the green flame blade, which is an extra, let me just read this thing. It is D8 plus, at 5th level, it's 2D8 plus, yeah, cool. So I'm rolling 3D8 for this, plus dex. 4, 10, 15 plus 3 is 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage, absolutely. As you slash upward, this creature seemingly focused on the spell it was casting. It doesn't notice. You slice like from shoulder to almost down, cutting through the armor almost. And as you look up into the one-eyed,
I'm
slightly
going
older
for the
Fazul-
throat.
Oh, the throat. Yeah, it slashes across it. Like, this would be a kill shot more than anybody else. And you see coagulated blood begin to pour down. And there's a pain and a grunt. And but the creature looks up, looks you dead in the eye. There's a slight smile on its face.
What kind of smile is it? Is it a proud dad smile? Is it a I'm gonna kill you child smile? Is it a
Both. One, you're up.
Okay.
Mercy calls out to Quan, try and save Pod!
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking. So, am I still hasted? I must be, right?
Yeah.
Oh, concentration check on that haste from a 30 DC.
Wait, the DC
15
won't be
DC.
30, it's half of it.
15, so DC 15 con save.
19.
19. You're still hasted.
So,
I
can
can
I
do that.
use an ability and then attack
And then
twice?
attack, yes. Yes.
Alright. Oh god. Can I get to Pod without attack of opportunity?
Yep, you can move around this creature.
Okay. Okay, I am going to use my lay on hands, so 15 points of healing to Pod, and then I'm going to attack the creature.
Okay, 15 points of healing to Pod. Pod, as you feel yourself come to, you look around, you're still in the same place. Quine is above you. You see Arvis off, unconscious on the
How
floor.
many points of healing was that,
Mercy.
sorry?
15.
15, oh, dang. Nice.
And you see Quan turn and begin to strike this creature.
So, what's the
Miss.
2? That's a natural one.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking
As
dumb.
you roll a natural 1,
No.
I'm going to do the reverse, which is this creature grapples you again, holds you, pulls you close. You are face to face with Fazul.
Shut the fuck up, Clyde.
And you just hear it whisper. You really think you can save him here? You'll fail again.
That's okay. Okay.
Pod, you're up. I'm going listening. Put him on above for 2 minutes.
Pod
Still
almost
listening.
like-
I presume you're going to help me.
Yeah, he wakes up and he looks at his shield for a second and he goes, maybe we do it my way instead, yeah? And then immediately Misty steps the hell out of Dodge, like... It's the other side of the room, effectively. Just materializes the other side of the room. And, then goes for... Do I have any AoE healing? I feel like I do. I got mass healing word. That's probably the best thing, right? Or does anyone need, like, direct healing?
We're probably all a
Up
bit
to you
low.
guys, really, right?
Yeah, I feel like mass healing word is better. So we're just going to cast mass healing word at 3rd level, which is going to be probably kind of bad. That's just a really lovely 7 HP for everyone. Unless is Arva still down?
Thank you, Pod.
No.
Is it-
Before you do that,
Yeah.
reaction counterspell.
Huh.
As you step away, you look forward, and this thing puts out a hand and just silences Pod.
That's so unnecessary.
And can anyone else counterspell the counterspell?
No.
Probably
Anybody
not.
want to
Because
try?
somebody was counterspelling Abaddon a few times earlier today and is out of those.
Hmm.
I'm assuming I don't get healed. Damn.
Hello.
I don't think anyone gets healed because I get counterspelled.
No,
You
but
do, no
like,
one gets killed.
no, but in this situation, in the scenario where someone uses healing, I'm assuming I don't get healed.
Oh,
It's...
the
Oh,
end.
sorry. No.
Okay.
Constant regen.
Remember, you are regenerating every round. Have you been doing that?
No. I mean,
That's
you
it.
forgot, DM, and it's your mechanic, so I
I'm just gonna open up the Quan problem. You regen, I think 1d6 every round, so you should roll 2d6 and heal yourself by that amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
2d6.
Let's
Okay.
not fix
Pod, you
your
done?
nuclear bomb problem. That sounds pretty good.
I mean, yeah, that's my bonus action and my action, so I guess we just prime our reaction for something else. Yep.
Fair enough. I do feel mean, but that's fine.
That's all right. It is what it
Mercy,
is,
are you
know?
down?
No?
Okay, that's fine. He's gonna hit you. Mercy,
Yeah, fine.
the mace swings round towards you. Misses. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
First one was a nat one, so that's okay.
I can deal with that.
That's
Can I throw out a silvery bobs?
Yep, sure. So this second
reaction.
attack is actually I rolled higher, 14 and a 15, so 26 and 27.
Unfortunate, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I have the advantage.
Why do you have advantage?
From silvery barbs, no?
Oh, you do, yes. What are you going to try to do?
Just for my next attack roll.
Okay. 17 points of bludgeoning damage
Cool.
and 12 points of necrotic. This is 3d6 the necrotic. I rolled quite well.
I'm alive.
Oh, good for you, man.
Mostly.
I'm
I
happy
wish
for
I
you.
could use my necrotic spells. Inflict wounds is really good.
Almost as if it's like part of your arsenal, but probably the biggest
It's
part.
really important part of my damage, and I can't use it.
This guy kind of hard counted you, isn't he?
My bad. I guess. Sorry. What's
Necromancer.
It's like a quick game rules aside. If someone is immune to a particular spell and you make them vulnerable, do they just become resistant?
No,
Like,
they
does it
become
count?
normal.
They become normal.
think-
Okay, cool.
Yeah. What are they gonna do for the next one? The next spell. Sorry, I should already have this planned. They're gonna cast a spell on Casimir. Casimir, this is a spell you're familiar with. Could you make a Constitution saving throw?
Close enough, one. 10 feet.
Not close enough.
It's 10 feet.
Is that close enough? Okay.
I don't know. Is it?
Quan, what's your aura range? Is it 5 feet or 10 feet?
Oh, sorry. I don't even remember what aura I have at the moment.
You have a happy aura?
I don't know.
It could be important.
What did you roll?
Well, so I'm currently sitting on a 16, which doesn't feel like quite enough.
Aura devotion.
So, yeah, I've got aura of protection.
Okay.
Protection sounds good.
That sounds good. What does it do?
Why is this not in D&D Beyond? Fucking hell. Aura. I just can't remember.
Make it up. You can just make it up. It's alright.
Say 10.
Plus 10 to concept.
Just say 10 feet. Jamie will
Wait.
believe you.
I'm so confused.
Aura.
We have an aura DM. We don't know what it does, but we got it.
No one can figure out what this aura does.
Okay, aura of protection. Starting at 6th level, whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet of you make a saving throw, it may gain a bonus equal to your charisma saving throw.
Woo!
What is your charisma? Sorry, your charisma bonus. What is your charisma bonus?
+4.
That's 20, DM.
20 succeeds, so you take half damage from the blight spell.
The blight spell.
Yeah,
Bit
as
cheeky,
necrotic
isn't
energy fires out,
It
black
actually
energy
doesn't.
marking around Casimir.
It actually doesn't.
You
Blight is a
counterspelling.
touch spell, isn't it?
No.
Oh well, whatever
No,
it
blight
is.
scenario.
Um,
Snowy.
he will. No, he won't do anything cool. As the necrotic magic kind of comes swirling in, there's like a reversal of Casimir's own necrotic magic, and it materializes into a tomb of ice as he wraps himself in that.
As the energy flies out, there's a single second where it almost looks like
Nice
a coalescing around Casimir in a similar ironclad armor before it is rebuffed by ice.
How much damage is it?
It is what it was going to be 35, reduced to 17, so 17 points of damage to the ice.
All right, cool. They're few breaks in it. It's fine.
Mercy, you're up.
He's like glaring up at the figure with a little smirk on his face. He looks like he's having fun, which maybe isn't a healthy sign.
Mercy silently continues beating up for Zool.
Kneecap him.
21.
It's him, Leonard. It's him.
Not first.
21 on the second attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, hits.
And then unarmed for 25.
Hits.
Cool. Oh, damn it, my damage rolls are pretty pants. That is
All consistent.
6 plus 8. 14.
14.
It's all right.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you like, the first one managed to get parried as a thing, but it can't block all of them as you're too fast. This creature in iron is slightly cumbersome as it kind of swings wildly, and each one landing them, not following necessarily the traditional thing that you see, like cuts or wounds or punches that Shitty would have broken ribs, hurt internal organs. It's not quite. You're beginning to wonder whether or not it's alive or real, but there's visible wear and tear. It's slowing down.
I'll take it.
We can.
That's
We
me.
got this, boys. We got this.
Arvis,
I thought I was down.
Combat if we didn't,
Yeah.
you are. That's saving throw.
Okay.
It wouldn't be
cool.
combat if we didn't have like 6 of us hit the floor.
That's true.
Casimir, reaction. Sorry, by the end of Arvis's turn, Arvis messaged me. It's going to use its legendary reaction. Wisdom. No, is that the wisdom? Yeah, wisdom saving throw, Casimir.
So can it?
How do death saving throws work, right? Like, as in, when I spare the dying someone, does that mean they just no longer have to roll? It doesn't
You can
reset
see.
the death saves, right?
No. So it's like if they don't take any damage, they stabilize. But Arvis took damage, so back to being in critical condition.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
no.
if I-
they didn't
you were
reset
you were
his death
stabilized.
saves, no?
I was just
Yeah.
checking if it
Or-
said anything about the ice and line of sight. Yes, it's fine. Wisdom save. I have Quan's aura. That was 4. That's another 20. I rolled a 17 minus 1 plus 4.
Come up.
Sorry, you said a lot of numbers.
20.
You rolled a 4.
No, I rolled a 17 minus 1 plus Quan's 4.
Okay.
What was the spell?
You pass the dominate person spell. As the ice melts around you, you feel this thing's presence impress upon you, and for a second you almost give in, but you feel your consciousness returning to your own as the ice melts around you. However, it is the end of your turn as the ice stops. Quan, your go.
I guess.
Odds are.
What's pods?
Yep.
I'm up.
Sorry?
I'm up.
No,
I
I know
just,
you are,
like-
but you're okay, right?
I mean, as okay as anyone else can be, really. Probably worse space of people. than me.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the thing.
Yeah, hit the thing's a pretty good idea.
Is
You
it
got
though?
this.
Do I still have
Good
haste?
idea, Lenny. Who don't know?
Good point, Casimir. Roll a con saving throw.
4.
DC 10, you got hit by the circle of death, even though you were in the tomb, or does that
No,
not?
the
you
ice.
use
No, the
damage.
ice takes the blow for me. I don't take it. The
It's
ice
temporary
takes.
HP though.
No, the ice takes the triggering blow, so the ice takes the damage. It's not your HP.
Okay, I'll trust you on that. Go on, you have haste.
Okay. 18.
I'll send you
18
things,
hits. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll my other attacks.
Actually,
That's a 19 plus 25 for the second hit.
Yep, hit. Yep, hit.
So, should I hold on my other 2 attacks then? Do we know if I'm hasted or?
You
so
are hasted.
8 plus 4 plus 4, so it's 16 is my con save.
So you succeed anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
It does trigger a con save, but Casimir saves. So
Yeah.
Okay, fine. 14, 20.
Yep, 20 hits, AC's 18.
So that's 4 attacks, right, with haste? Or no, 3
Three,
attacks.
yeah.
3 attacks.
3.
Okay, cool. So all 3 hit then. So 3. So that's 12 plus 16 plus 13.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Quiet. Something inside you has steeled you as this entity tries to dominate, throws over Casimir. There's something, and each strike, as it turns its back on you, slice down. Your sword cuts through it. There is like spewing blood, and much of the armor now lays on the floor, and it kind of stumbles a little bit. There is, yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
Bro, we're so powerful. I've just cursed us. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, why would you
I'm
say
so
that?
sorry. I'm so sorry. I said
It's gonna like legendary action.
It's
circle
gonna
death
Meteor
5 times
swarm.
down.
it's gonna circle of death. And then we're all dead.
This tiny like tomb meteor swarm.
I wish
Can I use a
Bonus action, yes.
I can use Sanctuary as a bonus action in addition to my 3 hits, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
If it's a bonus action spell, yeah.
I'm going to use Sanctuary on Casimir.
What?
Okay.
Please.
Save her.
Sure, absolutely. Casimir, you feel yourself wrapped in a combination of warm sunlight, but also the new light you saw from Tyr from Quan, and there's some presence between you and this creature.
Wisdom save 15.
Cool.
It's going to use its final legendary action of the round for Pod's turn to attack Mercy. $16?
Nope.
Right,
Misses.
misses. Mercy, this time you're ready. As it slightly slowing comes and it kind of slams down next to you, and you just about dodge out the way. Pod, you'll go.
I'm hoping they can't counter spell again. Well, we'll bet it out. He goes for first thing he does is he goes for another level 3 mass healing wave, whatever it's called. Not healing wave, healing word. Sorry, that's the wrong one, but
When
same
your
deal, I
players are
guess.
Baiting your counter spells, you know.
No, I fucked that one up. Sorry, I need to reroll. So it's only a 6 point of healing for everybody. It's only little.
6 points of healing. Sure, absolutely. All of you except for Quan. Quan, however, you do roll 1d6 beginning of new round.
Yep.
Does that get all
All
this
of
up?
you, I heard.
Is he counter spell?
Yeah, Arvis is up. No, he's not good
Cool.
spell.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
and then once again, because I can do it twice now, motherfucker. His hand reaches out, and the spectral hand appears above his head again for the second time.
Okay.
Channel divinity, path
vulnerability,
of the
yep.
grave. He is now vulnerable to all damage on the next thing that hits him.
Absolutely. It's his turn. Pod, unless you want to move.
I mean, I'm in the corner of the room already, so I don't know. I can't really go much further, to be honest.
Sure. As he kind of like coughs.
Actually,
a little
you
bit
might
of
move a
blood.
little bit over to Arvis, just to give him a little aura of protection. I got. Yeah.
10. Okay, yeah. He kind of coughs a little bit, blood pouring out, and he kind of like smiles and wipes it away, and looks up, each of you. Good. Almost there. And his hands glide out in fire, and he casts Firestorm. Everybody, make a dexterity saving throw. As this whole area erupts in fire.
Nice.
The whole tomb is full of fire.
That sounds cool.
My rolls have just not been good today. That is a 7.
Dex save. You have advantage on this, Quan, because of haste.
Nice.
Dexterity saving throws. Go around. Arvis first.
18.
Succeed. Jude, have you got what's it called?
I do
The one
have
that halves
evasion,
it
though.
again. No evasion. Okay. Quan.
23.
23. Succeed. Casimir.
Twinsies, also 23.
Succeed. Mercy.
27.
Succeed.
Phew!
Pod.
Incredible 7.
Fail. On a
Might be,
fail, you take 48 points of damage.
I'm down again, boys.
What's your max XP?
57.
That's
So
fine, that's
57.
fine.
Okay, you're fine. On
Yeah,
a
don't
success,
tell
you
me.
take 24 points.
Okay.
I'm also down.
I'm fire resistant, so I take 12, right?
Yes.
Straight back down.
Yes. You had a moment. You're like, this
That's
is my
fine.
moment.
Quan, are you still up?
Oh, con save.
So yeah.
Okay, let's
Quan, are you there? Quan. Do with Quan in a second.
Make a hit.
Casimir,
Yeah,
you're still up.
Yeah. The con save is fine.
Cool.
It's DC 10 by default, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because we need to cast damage. Okay. Mercy, death saving throw. Arvis, death saving throw. Casimir, your turn.
Save us, Exarch.
How low? Not how unhealthy
No!
does it look? How?
You're on that one.
No. Is it how unhealthy does it look?
Pretty unhealthy.
He's also marked for death. Your next blow will deal either normal damage if it's necrotic or double damage if it's anything that is necrotic.
Normal damage if it's necrotic, so I could hit it with an.
Yeah, it's not
inflict wounds.
concentration. It's just a straight up mark. Like even if I go down, it persists.
Is that how it works? If it's vulnerable, I can hit it with.
I mean, I just asked, and yeah. So if he's regularly immune, he just becomes normal, right?
4d10 is
With
better
vulnerability?
than 3d8 plus 3. Yeah.
But 3d8 doubled versus 4d10. So yeah.
Okay.
It's also kind of a fuck you to hit him with a necrotic and actually kill him with it. That'd be kind of funny. And it would also prove that my god is superior to him,
The
obviously.
melee
because,
spell attack. My spell attack is plus 10. I've rolled an 8. It's 18. Does that hit?
It hits.
It does?
18 hits. 18 is his AC the whole time.
4d10. Okay. Let's roll. Okay. 2, 8, 10. 14. 21 points of damage.
21. Okay.
Fairly
Yeah,
average.
as this time slash up and the fire beating around, looking around, this seems to have been a bit of a, I'm assuming you're all down, and doesn't realize as you come out of nowhere, hitting him straight, and it pushes him almost over, and you see him drop down to one knee, and kind of looks up, seeing that you and Quan are still there, on like a bit of surprise, shock, and impressed on the face.
I think he like reaches up with the inflict wounds because it's a touch spell maybe, and like touches
Yeah.
the side of fake Fazul's face where the eye is missing, and then like pushes his thumb into the socket and like drives the necrotic energy into it.
Okay.
And keeps
It
it
explodes
forces
around.
it to one
See
to
how-
one knee.
And as he stands up, the face is slightly falling away to reveal the
Could I
skeleton.
use, could I use
goes
a
behind.
charge of that thingy, and would that do damage here? How does the mechanics of that work? If
Which
it's
one?
vulnerable,
quote?
so it does necrotic
Yeah,
damage.
you could. Yeah,
So I
you
can add
could,
an
yeah.
extra D10 on this. Woo!
Yeah.
It's a 10!
10, absolutely. Okay, yeah. As the damage reverberates out, the skull almost seems to push back and explode. And there is like not only now half an eye, there's half a face remaining as it barely stands to its feet. But it is still
Once
standing,
again,
and it will
the
take.
scales of Kellenvor brother's
Thanks,
head, a gigantic
Kellenvor.
toll
Okay.
Who's coming?
of the dead, rings
And it's
out.
gonna use its legendary action to uppercut you with its face.
That's so hot. Yeah,
That's
it has to
kind
make a
of- that's
whiz
kinda cool,
save.
actually.
It has to make a whiz save.
For what?
The sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Oh, 14 plus 11, 25.
Yeah, okay, very cool.
Well, I mean, I thought you had him, but not really. But you know.
Okay, that's a natural 20.
No, it's fucking not.
Oh, cheeky.
As he goes and he feels like he's connected, suddenly, like a.
Pod, are you still up?
Oh wait, no, I'm not fucking up. I'm dead. Shit. I know.
I was like, I'm
Well, I
gonna let
guess,
you finish, but
I guess it kind of is a natural
Casimir.
20, huh?
38 points of bludgeoning damage.
How much?
38, because I rolled an 8 and a 7 on the d8. So that's 30 plus
That's
8,
so
so
gross.
38.
I appear
Plus-
to be unconscious.
Well,
Plus
Mhm.
22. So 38 points of bludgeoning damage, followed by 11 double 22 points of necrotic damage.
So
50
that's
damage total.
So that's
60.
60 points. of
50 damage.
60.
50 damage total.
60.
Oh, 38, 22.
Plus 22.
Sorry, I can't do math. 60, yeah.
Okay, he is
that's a-
unsurprisingly down with the 60 points of damage.
Most people would
who's
be.
still up at this point?
Yeah, not Quan. Knocking Casimir out with whatever strength is left. It kind of stumbles forward, holding it out there. And Quan, it is your turn. And
Oh, haste.
good luck as you fumble
My God.
and remain still.
Why would you do
You are
that? Why have you
To
left
be fair,
me?
it did a lot.
Cucked at the final hurdle.
You're stunned.
Yeah.
death saving throw.
All right, sure. Is there a way to automate the roll? Just a flat d20, isn't it? No modifiers. I gotta make it
Yep.
privately. Give me a moment.
Given
You just see my rolls.
Yeah.
Fucking haste, man.
Send you a message.
I would have forgotten. I appreciate your reminder.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
Damn it. Could have got him.
Okay, thank you. It's the creature's turn. It's going to stand up. It's going to look at Quan. It's going to take a swing. Quan, you are
We
not
really
stunned
are.
because it is the end of your turn. Because Casimir went first. The creature went after Casimir before you. So your turn happened and finished before. So your stun is over.
Jimmy, before you do anything, can you send me my Quan's problems, please? I really needed some desperate spells right now.
Sure. I will remind you of all you could have casted if it was your turn.
Yeah, I know. Just send me the fucking thing.
So, it's just Quan left standing, yeah?
Yeah, the rest of us are all down.
Sick. Let me just cross y'all out.
Yeah, before this
There we
combat,
are.
I felt like maybe I was like over theory crafting my survivability with like the few things I have coming up in the next couple of levels. I really don't feel that way anymore.
And then
Like,
Jamie was like, level 6, they can handle
Yeah.
a finger of death and a disintegrate.
that's what I was about to say. Like I am
I'm
all
impressed.
in.
with how you've done is all I'm going to say to this.
Shame. With regret, I'm ready to die. Let's go.
With regret.
What a relatable quote.
I'm not even going to talk about this document. Let's just carry on, Doom.
Just let me die in peace.
I love that so much.
I'll hold it down. It stands up in front of you.
Wait. I need
Ring.
to add my health. I didn't add my health. Okay. Alright. Doesn't make any
Are you-
difference. But
Well, adding your health to from this.
from the last top of the round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
roll a d6, man.
Don't you get 2 d6s? It's been 2 turns.
No.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I joined Mercy.
12 points of
Okay.
bludgeoning damage.
Oh, there's a second part.
You're unconscious.
Oh.
As it holds, like, for a second, you're the only one here, and it holds you aloft. And it almost pushes your forehead together, and you're staring in the face, Fazul, of this thing, whatever it is. I'm coming. And you should run. And it throws you against the wall. And the last thing you remember, Quan, is seeing all of your friends around you unconscious on the floor as it goes and drags Casimir and throws Casimir into the tomb. And we'll leave where you're all at next session. It had 7 HP left.
Oh,
No! Dude, don't.
Honestly, if I had rolled over like 10 one time, this fight would be different. Like, that she could not
If
roll
I
over 10.
had, if I had my level 6,
Yeah, you might have done it actually.
Wait,
I would
did
have an
you
extra
fuck
10
up
damage.
by 7 HP? Did you miss 7 HP? Because I'm...
No.
I mean, yeah, because he
No,
didn't
we
add
went-
his damage.
No, we told you it was 33, so.
Well, remind me, like, how do the feats work again? Would I have been allowed to have chosen sharpshooter?
No.
No, you
at
have to...
level
No.
4 for me?
You have to earn that.
I have to earn it. Okay, cool. So it's just ability score I get to do. Is
Yeah,
it?
you would have gained
Alright.
2 points and something.
Yes, Monty.
Yeah.
Hello.
As all of you, you're aware you're here, you're not here. Is this real? Is this not? You're unsure. But you all felt pain. You all felt the repercussions of this as you all slip into unconsciousness, with the last thing each of you seeing being either this thing's mace, the fire before you, or your friend thrown unceremoniously against the wall. And we'll deal with the consequences of losing next time.
Is this a nice tomb? Is there a pillow? Does it come with a blanket?
Alright, guys, I'm going to be uploading the logs in a moment, alright? Anyone who's interested is...
Some of you could
I
have
don't want to see my
Some of
boss,
you could have
dude.
done better.
Actually, no, I think I did roll quite well. I think I passed at least a blue. I didn't crit enough.
Well,
for
I'm just
anything
grey
more.
passes all the way down, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Cool. Great. That was really wonderful. Thank you for that delightful experience, Dungeon Master.
Yay, our first TPK.
That was a TPK, wasn't it? Thank you. Goodbye. See you next week? Question mark. Yeah.
All of you are on the dark, as your characters now are.
Thanks, Jake. Goodbye.
thanks, Jamie.
Bye bye.